Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Bro, I'm always ready. Oh,
You
wait, this is the
sure?
wrong intro. So I'm definitely not ready for this. I'm definitely not ready for this. Is that our intro?
That was the intro.
That's our regular intro.
Yeah.
Oh, then I was ready. I don't know what I was talking about.
I didn't know you were going to try to hit it, so I hit it too, so we got stalled out.
It's going to be a wild week. We're waiting on Dub to come through. He's going to come through. We were going to start at our regular time because we've been pushing it back. Sorry for that, guys. But, you know, I mean, we've got a con coming up. It's kind of like it's probably one of the top 10 Midwest cons, arguably top 5. It's a decent moneymaker for a lot of us. We have some guests coming in, which will be nice. So Dub and myself have to kind of get ready for it. I just unbutton another button on the shirt. Dub has to do other stuff. You know, I love a truck here, a truck there. But also on top of that, you know, it's sunny outside, so that's great. And we have these all this stuff built pre to the show because Pete is very anal now that he's done with his sabbatical. So we get the stuff done on a week, last week, freaking Friday, and then we forget it in the chat, and now we have to download it all to StreamYard, which I absolutely hate, but it is what it is.
Schedule is just adjusting the schedules.
Yeah, let's say hi to the chat. They don't care about
rhythm.
Stuff.
I gotta get back into a rhythm here.
Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm. Hey, I gotta tell you this. How could today be a bad day after what I watched? I'm not going to spoil anything, but hey now. And by the way, I would like to say, pat myself on the back too. I might have, actually called almost the entire storyline at this point of what they're going to do for season 2. So go watch some of those early tech episodes. We let y'all know. For those people that are in on it, they get it. For the rest of you, I can't help you.
Sure you can. You can just tell them to go catch up.
Hey, Pete, do you think this
what?
This organic chocolate milk that they leave on the shelf that's not refrigerated is like legit milk, or what do you think?
No.
This stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't believe in any dairy that you can leave unrefrigerated.
Have you ever seen that before? Like this Horizon organic, like you can buy it off the shelf. It's not cold. And then if you get it cold, you have to
or something. I don't know. I don't know, but I wouldn't drink it.
It's yummy. It's like a chocolate shake, bro. All right. GTK Comics, thumbs up and high. How's it going? Nerds! Ed, thank you for the nerds. Wife and I rescued a dog this week. Get a dog, they say. No, that's not what they say. I don't know who says that, Ed, but whoever it is, fucking lied to you, okay? Oh, shoot. Well.
You couldn't wait.
Couldn't wait.
Dude, too much chocolate milk.
It's all Brucifer's fault. I would agree with that 100%. You know what it is too, by the way, and gentlemen and ladies in the chat.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm still not drinking it.
This is what I'd like to say to you. Please, I was against letting you guys poll to choose every comic that we need to do, but I was talked into it. So since I was talked into it, I don't complain. However, the other 2 gentlemen on this channel, I would like you to harass them because yes, you chose terrible books this week. Absolutely horrible books this week. I don't think you could have chose worse books this week. But that's not our fault. That's Pete's fault. That's Dub's fault. And that's your guys' fault.
They chose one.
There's a couple bad ones.
The Marvel.
Right.
They chose right with Marvel.
There you go. What does Joe say? No, Mr. No.
Non sequitur.
That's not me.
Also, we only got 4 books this week because our 5th option never came through. And I didn't have time. Well, we got a couple
extra. I don't have time to scan stuff in. Matthew, what's going on? Hey, everyone. Hey. John. Hey, Kingdom. Why are you saying hi to Kingdom? Hey, John. Get out of here.
Hi to everybody.
Why don't you 2 make out? All right. Hey, Bruce. He says it 3 times. What up, everybody? What up? Our trial, cool. I hear that. Bruce is the HR, is in the HR committee. I don't know what that means. It's spider milk. It is not spider milk. Survivalist, what do we got? Hi, peace. Hey, how are you? This should be good. I will give you some advice. You know, this actually stemmed from the Dark Side show on Sunday, and somebody had said something. Somebody on the panel said something, and I almost shit my own pants at the comment. I was like, absolutely not. We are not going to do that. So we'll get into that. BK. Oh, BK. Here's the deal, BK. Don't try to get on our trail, but here's the deal. Yes, I am your unk. And here's another thing about this. He doesn't go to any cons. He never leaves his mom's house, so don't worry about it. AOA, what's good? GTK Comics. And LeBeau. My favorite soccer. Who's your favorite? Oh, yeah. AOA is your favorite soccer. He does a great job, though.
He does. We appreciate you, AOA.
Why should we choose books we already know are going to be good? We already know Batman going to be good, so why? Terry, that is their excuse. I will tell you that I still read the stuff. However, yeah. I mean, I don't know. But like every once in a while, like give us something fun to review. Like you knew what you guys knew what Rat City was going to be. You knew what Rat City was.
Because we read the first one.
But they knew what Rat City was going to be.
And then the second one, you defended the first one, by the way.
Dude, BK, because the first one was pretty good. Or at least it had a way it could have been good. BK, you can't ban me from anywhere.
This felt like, well, we'll get to it when we get to the reviews, but it did feel a bit like I was in the video game, like the cutscene. I felt like I was watching video game.
It was well, this is what. Okay, first off, can we review what I said? My review of Rat City. I said it has potential if it goes a certain route. It chose violence instead of going that route. So, like, I didn't tell it to choose violence. It chose violence. So when you choose violence, sometimes you end up like BK.
I mean, we had the big dude stubby. Again, getting ahead of ourselves.
All right. Oh, Dub, what's going on? Did you choose violence today?
No, violence was brought to me, but I did not choose any violence.
That's not true. I'm not complaining about what you missed it, right? I'm not complaining about the books. These two complain about the books. I said I'll read anything, so I read it. I don't mind telling you that the shit you chose.
No, Dub just thought you guys were trolling us with the choices.
Oh yeah, I thought you guys were trolling us. I 100% think that.
Look, you two were the ones that said put it in their hands. You put it in their hands, you can't complain if they troll us. That's what's going to happen.
I didn't complain.
You did well.
I just complained about Rat City because I didn't like it to begin with.
And I'm the one who said troll, so not anything else.
I was fine with action because I'm still going to read that anyway. I like Brainiac stories. Usually.
Anyways, we got a lot of cool stuff. Once again, I was telling you, Dark Side, we had gotten some a little bit of great. Somebody on the panel just said one of the most absurd comments I've ever heard in my life about how to get deals at cons. So I decided to convert that into 5 things just don't say. Dub, I believe you would agree with that list, right? There wasn't anything on that list.
That was a good list. I mean,
I think like. Go ahead.
I had started work like you said. About what you were going to do, so I put together some things, and you actually incorporated many of those things into your list. Probably, I think my list went in a different direction. It was more like the guy at the con that you don't want to deal with, kind of thing. It's a different list.
There's a couple too. Yeah, there's a couple. See, you know me though. I got the gift.
Yours was focused. Yeah,
I don't give like. There's all. When I put the hammer down. The hammer's down, you know what I mean? Yeah. But the rest of the shit I let slide because I take every person for what as much as people think I'm a jerk in the chat, I take every person for what they are, and I enjoy every bit of it. Every stinky bit, every like foolish bit. You know, there's a guy there who people make fun of, and I say, shut the fuck up, that's my boy. You send him my way, I got something free for him all the time. You gave him something free too. That's my boy. So like if you're a niche guy, I love you, bro. That's what cons are made for.
Yep.
But this,
I don't mind that guy. Like that, like guys like that. Like niche guy is great. Niche guy is great. The people who are looking for whatever, like the ones who are shopping, great. Not to get off on a tangent, but it's the non-shoppers who are like congregating and blocking the view, and that's literally.
I put that in a generalization in there. We'll get to that one.
That's literally the first thing that came out of her mouth.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. Here's the thing with that too. When we're going over it, like I think part of the problem here was especially during the pandemic. Can we say pandemic, or are we going to get kicked? We got kicked off Twitch. We're going to get kicked off something else now. 7-day ban.
We got
3 days in.
Twitch?
Yeah, we got Friday.
It's back on.
We're back on. No longer banned. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. No longer
Friday
banned.
guys.
Huh?
It was the Friday guys got us kicked off.
Friday guys got kicked off right when we were trying to do the play thing. It's all right, dude. It happens. All right.
This is my temporary setup. Like, I have boxes everywhere. There's a van in my driveway. Full of things.
It's
all
solidly
my racks,
screwed
all
up
my
right
books.
now.
Everything is.
It's solidly screwed up.
It's all Joe's fault.
It's all right, Joe. I mean, I get it, Joe. You guys, as long as you weren't intentionally doing it, you know what I mean. It's all right.
My location in the chat. My location is a topic of conversation in the chat right now.
What it is?
Like that. Yeah, my current.
Oh,
location.
it is. You are.
Yeah. Undisclosed location. Yeah, like it. Yeah, you're lucky I got this blanket up. This. Otherwise,
he is not to Ohio, to Novi, Michigan.
Oh God, Ohio. Yeah. No,
I would rather shoot myself in the nuts. But here's the deal.
I have one buddy in Ohio, and that's the only reason I would go.
Neatwad! What's up, Neatwad? Here's the deal. What I'm saying though is, like, I heard a comment the other night. Not gonna throw anybody under the bus, Fade. But he said something, I'm just saying. Bootleg Kyle. I'm just saying. I've heard it before. It's one of those things that, like, we've all heard it during, like, the big boom of influencers during the fucking pandemic. People who never go to cons and shit, but would tell you how everything works. And it's just not the way it works. Like, if you do it, it's like, it just doesn't work that way. So we'll get over it though. What you say? What? Who? Dude, everybody, not just children. Everybody senses to what you say. All right.
No, I think that was a follow-up on the last sentence. Being sensitive to what you say.
Oh, yeah.
At least that's how I read it.
Ooh, BK is already getting into it, Lady V. This is going to be a long night, Joe, folks. It's going to be a long one. All right. Hey, Dub, is news ready? Are we not ready?
I'm here. I'm here.
Did the internet blow out in the bomb shelter you're in, or what?
I'm on dial-up. Man. What can I do?
Hey, Sticks, get him a better connection. Come on.
Ran out.
Come on.
I have some canned food and a can opener.
Oh, I just poured myself a drink, too. All right. I'm gonna be hungover tomorrow during set-in, dude. I'm just freaking. I'm being real.
Tomorrow's gonna be awesome.
Oh, tomorrow's gonna be horrible.
I talked to Unc today. He'll be there on Saturday.
Nice. We getting in at 10 tomorrow, or what are we doing?
I'm not gonna get there till I was told noon would be the best time to show up.
Oh, you'll be like 600th in line by noon.
You'll be 600th in line at noon.
Not me.
Son, I don't want to be. If I get, you said the line starts at like 8:00. And we don't want to.
I'll be inside by 10.
Yeah, well, I don't need to be there that early.
Well, I gotta welcome everybody. You know what I mean? I gotta let them know.
Like the mayor.
I gotta tell them him. You know, you can't just. I mean, if I don't show up there that early, like, people are gonna think fucking it got canceled. So, like,
if I show up that early, people are gonna think something's wrong.
Yeah, if I show up that early, if I don't show up that early, they're gonna be thinking,
like, what is going on with you?
Are we here the wrong weekend? What the fuck's going on?
Exactly.
So, all right, let's get into it.
All right, let's do the news.
All right, let me run the thing.
Thanks, Pete.
Terry, I agree with you. I don't stand in lines, bro.
Yeah, that used to, Mayor Marco, that kind of makes sense. That used to be my nickname in college. It was everybody called me the mayor. I have things that are assigned for my birthday, like to the mayor.
Yeah,
but I'm also a line guy. That's why I don't do SIGs, because I don't like waiting in lines.
Oh shit, dude, SIGs. All right, well,
all right.
Hey, well, yeah, they do. Top stories don't exist this week.
There are no top stories this week because
all right, that's cool.
Didn't save it right, so
not a great week for top stories. That's okay.
not a good week. All the stories are just part of the regular stories.
Ooh, booze and milk do not go well together. I don't know what
what are you thinking? Unless it's Bailey's, right? That's the only thing.
Yeah, you got a little White Russian guy.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, good night.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Talk about the box office. Number one movie in America. is the revitalizing. Is what I've read is the revitalizing of.
They don't know how to vote out there.
That's true.
Yeah, I kind of want to see it, but I'm like movies behind on this iteration.
Same here.
Movies. Dude, I didn't get out there for this, but it's been a busy week.
58.4 million.
Good for it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's the fourth film in the rebooted franchise, so like you're only 3 behind. So the last 3 are the ones.
That's the rebooted after the Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, and not counting
Mark Wahlberg. Correct.
So, I think I saw the 2. I think, I didn't see the one that had Woody Harrelson in it, which I think was the one.
Yeah, the last ones I saw were a while ago, like Tim Burton ones, I think. So it's been a minute. Helena Bonham Carter was in there, so that's what I remember about that one.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the movie took in 22.2 million on its first day, and then did 129 worldwide. So not too shabby. Fall Guy dropped to second. Challengers dropped to third. So Godzilla's sneaking or still in there. It fell off and then it came back in, so it's back to number 5 now. So I don't think it was on last week.
Nurses, all right.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, I do want to see. I also want to see Fall Guy too, though.
Yeah, same here.
There you go.
I'm pushing for that If movie.
What is Captain Science's little emoji thing? Let me see what this is. It's the yellow and red. Yellow and red are great.
Looks like a comic.
Oh, it's Captain Science Comics. Oh,
yeah, right.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Good on him.
So speaking of movies, we got a date for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. We actually have a release date for this movie now, and it is June 2026. So we get Superman next year and Supergirl the following year. So yeah, I mean, okay.
I'm in no rush.
Yeah, take your time, make it good. So, but now it's officially on the calendar.
Is she going to open her eyes when she plays Supergirl or no?
Yeah, hopefully she's not high the whole time.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
Yeah, she can do it if she wants. I don't mind.
Yo, just give her some powdered donuts to drink through her nose, and she'll be all right.
Okay, then let's move on. Another movie that got a date: Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat!
Get over here!
October of 2025. The first one of this set of Mortal Kombat movies was released in theaters and HBO Max. In April of 2021, had the hybrid release.
Yeah, I remember
42 million domestically. So so this one's been it's on the calendar as well. So this is WB. So we'll see what happens with that.
Oh yeah,
I like the first one. I'll admit it, I enjoyed it.
I did too. I don't know why people were shitting.
It wasn't great, but
it's fucking Mortal Kombat. Like, come on. Yeah. Like, where's our? I mean, guys, where's our expectation? And girls, where's our expectation on this?
It's
Mortal fucking Kombat
to the right level. Yeah.
No. It's slam. Slam. I mean, we made a movie out of that.
Down,
forward, relax.
Yeah, exactly.
Get over here.
Yeah, I'll watch it when it comes out. I'm good. We had a bunch of streaming news this week. This was supposed to be our top story, but we'll just talk about it here. Okay. So Disney, I guess a bunch of studios had like they were in front of the press this week, and there was a bunch of little teasers and trailers.
Fronts or something?
I'm sorry?
They're doing upfronts or something.
Upfront, that's what it's called. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name of it.
Ooh, relax, buddy.
Upfronts, and so we got a date.
Born Again.
We'll go for Daredevil Born Again. And Charlie Cox said that production wrapped up a couple weeks ago, and it's 9 episodes long. And then during this upfront, they gave us a release date, which is release month. In March of 2025, we'll be getting.
That works for me.
Disney Plus. So, it's probably going to be episodic weekly.
That's all right.
I like the new logo. I mean, it looks cool. And I mean, hopefully, it's like the next Netflix show.
Yeah, it looks good.
During the upfront,
I want it like the Netflix show, but lighten it up a little.
Sure.
Like the tone, not to make it so gritty,
dreary. It's not gritty. It's the dreariness. It's a little like emo dreary. Like, get rid of that shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, brighten it up a little bit. And
they tried a little bit too hard, I think.
I mean, somewhere in the middle of the Netflix show and his appearance on She-Hulk. Let's get in between those things.
Very good. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, I can deal with that.
We also got a premiere date.
It was Agatha
all along is the newest name of the show. It's like we got like a 10-second teaser, or not even 10 seconds, just playing with the logos and all the different name incarnations that it's gone through. And then it landed on September 18th of 2024. So later this year, we'll be getting 2-episode premiere of Agatha.
Not sure if this gets canceled, if anybody give a fuck.
I'll watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm looking forward to it.
I didn't. That's not what I said.
Yeah.
Well, there's stuff on that I don't watch.
Hey, Marv.
Yeah, I mean, there's things that are gonna happen in here that are probably gonna affect things. I mean, where's the Wanda's kids?
Who cares?
So, well, yeah, you don't care, but that's gonna matter. One of those kids is involved, I think.
Oh yeah. Well,
who cares?
I care.
They're building out their Young Avengers squad.
I don't give a shit.
I care. And then also we were told that
what were we told?
Series it's still happening. It's scheduled to premiere next year. So this is gonna happen. So Nicolas Cage is gonna be Spider-Man Noir.
Oh, BK, hey, hold on. BK, you can't recycle the joke I used last week. This is what you can't do. If you're going to come at AOA, you can't say, like, AOA talks shit, so I sent a alligator to his house, check out his Instagram, and then reuse the same thing a week later, dude. You can't do that, dude. Get original, all right?
Maybe sometimes people get confused about where they use the jokes.
I mean, a lot of people watch our show and get confused and think they created shit, but they don't. Sorry, I've been drinking. What, Truth Hurts today or what? Sorry. I mean, what?
No, but seriously, Ironheart, does anybody care anymore?
Yeah, this is the one that,
I've lost interest. Yeah,
whoop-de-doo, Basil. So, on the other side of the comic book universe, Frank Grillo has joined season 2 of Peacemaker. So he's playing Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos and voicing it. So now he will also be in the live, playing in the live version on the show.
They said they would do that when they cast the animated people. They said they would get to play him live too. So
yeah, so James Gunn made it official this week. So
he made what official?
That this guy.
Who cares?
I don't know. I like Grillo.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
It's not huge news. Like, I'm not going to stop the press for this, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Buried in the middle somewhere. I don't think people really care about Rick Flag either, though. So, like,
I don't care about so much about the character.
No, we just said that. Now that somebody in the chat's going to tell us how they're like this.
They're like the
whatever.
biggest Rick Flag fan ever.
Rick Flag Senior fan.
Yeah, Rick Flag Senior. And Peacemaker is good. So anything they do on Peacemaker, I mean, it should be good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
They haven't? They haven't? I thought that they had. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some toys.
No, there's still probably some room for them to drop a little bit more.
Yeah, so this falls into more of the collectibles category instead of toys. So we're going to go this route this week. Number one, I thought this was pretty fantastic. A Lego chess set. So you can... you play chess or checkers. There's 743 pieces, a 12x12 chessboard. And you can pre-order it now for $75. And you know there's the pieces and little checkers pieces as well. So and then the queen has a little minifig, like a Lego minifig on top, so you can tell which one the queen is.
I was gonna say otherwise. Like I'm changing my rook into a queen.
Right. So this next one was pretty fantastic. I did a lot of research on this one after I saw it. Tamashi Nations, which does a lot of super detailed action figures and such. They do the figure arts and things. Legend of Zelda replica Master Sword. It's like 41 inches long. Sound effects.
That's what she said.
It's got songs, vibration.
It's got vibration.
It's got vibration. And a sheath and a display stand. So right now you can pre-order it for $200. It should be coming out sometime near the end of this year or early next year.
But damn, it's cool, huh?
This is really cool looking. Yeah.
You think I could have gotten one for $100 if it didn't play songs or vibrate? Because I don't need it to do that stuff.
You can.
I do my own sound effects.
I mean, there's always a sword guy at the con. You can.
Every con's got a sword.
Every con's got a sword guy. So
yeah, that is true.
No, this is kind of, actually, you want to know what, for $200, if it is as great. I mean, as long as it's got the here we go. Go as long as it's got some girth, pause, to it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'll be good. Oh man,
I've never wanted to buy any kind of sword.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm actually considering.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of weight or something to it. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it makes,
I'm really curious.
You know, I'm talking about the swoosh noise. I guess I'd have to hear the sound effects. Because if you get, you know, I mean, if you get like all the sound effects with it.
Yeah, I wonder how many. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of detail about how many sound effects or little
and which ones
and such. So,
and if you get the swish noise, and if you like, it makes hit noises if you do a certain thing, like, you know, and then can you play the flute out of it?
Well, you can't get the replica. I mean, you can't get the original AOA. Like the original Link has that. How are you going to get that?
Yeah,
you lose it every game.
What do you mean the original?
Before every game.
Yeah. Then you just get a Minecraft sword. It's all pixelated, and that's all you need.
Yeah, right.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that, Joe. We're talking about.
That's what I thought you said. And we do have one toy. And then I discovered this actually came out today. This was announced after our show last week, and then it was on pre-order today. So I don't know the status of it. If
Holy
it's or not.
Shit! Look at how he's just patting Venom.
It's huge.
Why is it
Spider-Man.
so? Why is
it
the
movie?
So big?
Yeah. This is from the movie. It's the movie version. So the last Venom movie that came out.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Why is there a bronze star in the back? What is going on?
That's a picture that I got off of the internet. It's not an official picture. I just wanted to give you a size comparison for it. So
I agree to that.
Iron Man helmet on the left.
I'm just saying in general. There's an Iron Man helmet. Then there's something that says Comic-Con Dan in it, like San Diego Comic-Con Dan.
All right, maybe that's who.
Well, thank you, Dan. Thank you for taking this picture. And so I was able to show viewers what it looked like.
And whatever the medal is, he's got something on top of
it. That's his certificate from attending the Xavier School. So,
congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Is that a blue whale or a stapler on top?
No. I think that's like an arm guard for Miss Marvel.
Oh my God. I don't know what that is. I cropped the picture to just have Carnage. I should have left the
uncrop picture. Uncrop it.
Uncrop the picture.
I want to see all the details.
Yeah, look how huge that.
Playing like Werewolf with a half a picture here.
Spidey comes to his chest, so that's ridiculous of how large that is.
Yeah.
There's been a few of these Marvel Legends though that have sold out. I know there's been a big ruckus. We talked about
this style Marvel Legends where they had there was a Carnage version of this. There's a Venom version of this.
This is
they started going. They were $39.99.
Yep.
Within months, they were selling for $50, and then now they sell for like $150.
What about the Big Hulk? I think I still got the Big Hulk.
It's kind of in the same packaging as the Venom and the
Yeah, like oversized. Because the Big Hulk, I got that.
Big Hulk makes sense. Yeah, it should be gigantic. So there was a Warbird that went on sale. I think we talked about it last week. It went on sale on Thursday at Target. It sold out within like minutes.
Really?
Single-digit minutes. And then I found out my Marvel Legend Insider, my buddy Brainbuster.
Why do we have that guy on to tell us all this?
He's busy. He's a busy guy. So if he
buying okay.
He's busy looking for Legends. But that one sold out in minutes, and I guess it was on sale during that. Marvel Legends were on sale last week at Target, and then they had a limit of 10 on the website. So people were buying 10. Them up. 10. You could buy 10. That Target's not really, they're not like Walmart and their CollectorCon. So
yeah, this is it. This one.
No, the one I'm thinking is not the Maestro one. It is just the big. It's like the one that would go size to this Spidey, but it's Hulk, so he's like 20.
No, so there's the size of Venom, Carnage, and Maestro Hulk, And
Like
those
the 9-inch?
those, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I know the bigger guys you're talking. I know those ones. I just never saw Carnage as a bigger character. Like
right. It doesn't make sense. I thought Cletus was
that's
a
not
stronger
what I
guy.
said. That isn't what I said at all. What I said was, oh, did you already get rid of it?
No, it's in there.
Never.
Goldberg is the world's greatest wrestler.
World's greatest. Not greatest wrestler ever. He's the world's greatest. So, all right, let's talk about some comics.
He's just the current greatest wrestler.
Whoops. All right, comics the other way. So we've all heard about this X-Men business that's happening, right? In the fall, or not fall. Is it the fall of the House of X? What was it? Anyway, the X-Men and
fall of the House of X.
Right. So all that happened. So we got this whole From the Ashes thing going on, right? So we were just announced. Marvel just announced 2 more brand new X-Men titles. We are getting a Dazzler miniseries and then a Storm miniseries. So From the Ashes, A New Beginning. This is it's interesting that they're calling it Dazzler's World Tour. So both of these titles will launch later this year. Dazzler in September and Storm in October.
People are going to take this. It's confirmation. It's Taylor Swift.
That's 100% what they're doing.
That's exactly.
And Marvel's 100% sucking that up right now.
They're going. Yeah, they're
going
full
ham of it.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard BK, but even Goldberg called AEW a clown show. He said that in a recent interview.
Oh man, you see,
it was bad.
Kevin Nash went in on them.
I like Kevin Nash's podcast.
Recently,
his podcast, he went in, all over them.
And yeah, Adam.
Oh, dude, he just hang out. He just
don't bother to work out.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the Young Buck come out, they're flexing, but what are they flexing?
Wait a minute! I said this shit 2 years ago. You guys gave me a bunch of shit. No, hold on now. No. I said this shit 2 years ago. Did I not, Pete? And you all ran me through the ringer for it. And now look at you. I was making fun.
To be fair, 2 years ago, it was a little bit of a different product.
No, it wasn't. It's the same nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of the same stuff, but
I watched one segment on AEW once, and it was when CM Punk first showed up on AEW, and I thought that was kind of cool. But I watched it like a week later online somewhere, so that was the only time I never watched AEW. I never defended any AEW. I think BK is a big AEW fan, so
I just can't watch it anymore.
Yeah, I heard like lately it's not even worth it.
Dude, I'll take that all day. Son, I'll take that all day. I'll take it all day. Not one of those chums. Not close. And I'm old as shit. Not even close.
Well, they're not young bucks anymore either, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
they're not so young bucks.
Not one of them could even take out my left nut, let alone no, not a shot, dude.
Yeah, you got to be ICP related to get access to Marco's nuts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, true facts. True facts.
And speaking of Storm, big news was Storm will be leaving the X-Men behind and then joining a real superhero team called the Avengers. Whoops. How'd that happen?
Yeah, that's what they think about that. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of here.
She will be joining the Avengers. Will she be leading the Avengers? We don't know.
Well, you got to, because this is a dying franchise. You need somebody like a strong X-Men to bring up a dying franchise like the Avengers.
I mean, one of the strongest, absolutely.
I'll tell you, that miniseries with Storm, I enjoyed it. I think a lot of people did. The outcry from X-Men fans where they enjoyed it, and I always say they should have gone back that route. Now we're going to get a Storm story. I know you're trying to knock that because of the Dazzler bit and try to flush it under the rug. But as you know, the fans have spoken and think that you're just soft selling here, like the Young Bucks. And then you come over here and try to say something like, oh, the Avengers, blah, blah, blah. But you know that she's a very strong X-Men and that she will be able to revitalize a very shitty franchise in the Avengers.
I don't know who is a stronger X-Men. I mean, there probably are. But in my mind, it's always been Storm as she's top. She's like S tier when you talk about
way better than Cyclops. I'll give you that.
Well, that's not fair.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, speak facts.
I mean, that's just, yeah, but that's like saying anything. That's like saying like anything.
Dude, BK, I've been surrounded by juggalos before. You would have shit your pants. I did not shit my pants, sir. I did not shit them at all.
And I don't know if we're going to talk about this later.
You weren't Al Roker?
No.
My pants.
Or something along this line later, but Marvel is teasing a new Apocalypse. Their Heir of Apocalypse storyline is coming. 12 different mutants are going to compete to be his successor. And that kicks off this June. That's all I could find about this, and I'm not sure what.
This is like the 12 again.
So.
Like this is like 12 again, which is what started off the Age of Apocalypse, anyways. I mean, that's how the original Age of Apocalypse started off with the 12.
With the 12.
Gotcha. Wasn't Exodus over there? Like, wasn't he part of the deal before?
No.
Did he take over? No.
No, but I'm surprised that they haven't used Genesis. They just introduced another Genesis who real recently, but not that long ago, who is now his wife and supposed mother of his clone Genesis somehow. But yeah, no, I don't think they should redo Age of Apocalypse. I think they should leave Age of Apocalypse.
They should leave it alone,
unless you get new story. Unless you go back to the original story writers and they write like a what if kind of thing, but not what if, like an extended mini insight of it. But don't do this. Don't try to get the magic for Age of Apocalypse. It's not going to work.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Is it a hooker? Is what a hooker? No, a gigolo's not a hooker. It's a grown adults that dress up and paint themselves like clowns. A juggalo, not a gigolo.
Well, he's not wrong, so I'm not going to correct him.
Yeah. Gigolo is a hooker. Yeah. Juggalo is what we were talking about.
Okay, and then we have something else happening too. Oh yeah, IDW is celebrating Star Trek with issue number 500. They have printed 500 of these issues. Yeah.
Can I tell you two things?
Yeah.
Can I tell you two things?
You're gonna tell me more than two, but go ahead.
I didn't even know IDW was still fucking around. Like, what franchise do they have?
Yeah, they still got Turtles.
They're still doing Turtles.
So they're not doing anything. Number two, I don't even know what this nonsense is.
Well, it's up to 500. Yeah, they put out miniseries.
Well, you got to make up some shit then. I mean, anybody can put 500 on a book.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Have you ever heard of a fan of this 500? I've never heard of a fan of this 500.
For the 500, I don't know, but I have heard of fans of this franchise.
Yeah, my
good buddy B Comics is a fan of this.
No, I don't think it's true.
He gets upset. Okay. All right then. And with that, we wrap up our news this week.
That was short news.
It was short news. Yeah, that's happened pretty quick. Came together real quick.
Yeah, I think they still do. I'm not sure. It was a terrorist group. It was they raided as a terrorist group. Yeah, the Juggalos. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, because they had dogs.
What?
They had weird dog covers. For
hey. Please explain to me which IDW's got what franchise that everybody's clamoring for. Because they're
they used to have G.I. Joe.
Yeah, they used to have a lot. They used to have G.I. Joe. They fucked up so bad that Skybound took it over and blew it the fuck up.
Didn't they have Star Wars too?
Transformers. Yeah, they used to have. Well, yeah. In their defense, they did a better job than Dark Horses with Star Wars. But didn't they used to have Transformers too?
Yeah, they had both.
How's
Sonic?
That doing?
Don't they have Sonic?
Yeah, they still have Sonic.
You're right.
They still have it. My Little Pony.
They sell ponies. So, how legit is that?
There's something else that they have too.
Sonic and Pony.
Godzilla is IDW still.
Oh, yeah, they just roll out.
Better when it was Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like they don't do a lot of good shit.
Oh,
they are. I don't know if they are actually. You better be careful with that quote. Like, that might not sound so good in about a year. I saw what he said. I'm refusing to. I'm gonna still.
Well, you don't have to acknowledge it, but I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
Oh, Beneath the Trees was IDW.
Oh, Beneath
You
the
even
trees.
had that.
I've not lost one day in my life, dude. Not one.
All right, we ready to do reviews?
Yeah, let's do reviews. No, that tastes good.
All right. We just got 4 comics this week because, again, I ran out of time anyway. But our first book, chosen by the viewers, were DC, and I didn't hate this pick because I was going to read it anyway. Action Comics 1065, Part 3 of the House of Brainiac.
I feel like giving this book 2 reviews. 1, the review what I think of it, and 2, the review of I can see why it got voted out.
Well, that's not you don't have the review to say why you think it got voted on.
Okay, well, because, no, like what I'm saying is like if you're a fan of Action Comics, like, and this is kind of like the storyline going forward, you're probably giving it like one of these, right? But if Action Comics is just another fucking Superman story to you, you weren't picking this up or anything else. This is not good. This is why people don't buy this book. So I mean that's just it. So like if you're a slappy, if you're like Superman's the greatest, he's the original superhero. If you're that guy, then yeah, you kind of like, okay, this is a pretty good like issue, right? But if you don't think that way, then you're gonna be like, yeah, no, dude, this is kind of just like, okay, I don't
think it has anything to do with any of that.
I do.
No, none of that.
Yeah.
I think it just comes down to this is apparently part 3 of the storyline, and nothing has happened yet.
That's what I was about to say. Like, no, but that's what.
Not really anything has happened. Oh, the Supergirl and one of the Superboys.
Bro, but that's been Action Comics. What is this? This is over 1,000. This is probably almost 1,100. I don't know what fucking book this is, but I bet it's around 1,100.
1065.
What?
1065.
Yeah, so it's around. Okay, there you go.
I know. I'm just clarifying.
That's has been Action Comics for the last fucking 500. It's been the same shit. So like, if you're still picking up,
this is part of a storyline crossing over with the other Superman title.
Yeah, but that's what they've been doing here for a while, is what I'm saying. So like, if you pick up Action every week, you're gonna be like, yeah, this is what we fucking expect.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I don't normally read Superman, and I don't normally pick up Action. I had to pick these up because I wanted the Brainiac story because I do like Brainiac as a villain, but at this stage of the game, not a lot has happened apart from they keep showing us worlds that people think are destroyed that are not destroyed. And there's apparently a whole bunch of Lobos. Even the Lobo's supposed to be the last Caesarian or whatever the hell. Yeah, but the
Lobo thing they keep
doing. And Brainiac's supposed to be the last, where the hell he's from.
Well, at least we got to see Parasite.
Kotu or whatever. He's got a goddamn city of Brainiacs now.
A whole city.
I don't know.
They got blown up. Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm trying to save you guys some money. You don't bother.
Don't waste your money on this.
I'm done now. I tried to give it a chance, but we're 3 parts into this story, and all we got was apparently a Lobo heel turn.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
good.
Wasn't Lobo a heel already?
No, but he was. Then he was the good one, and then there's like 18 Lobos.
Yeah, he said Bastich, so I guess we can all get excited for that.
He's got a kid too, so I mean, you're not the only.
He wasn't in it.
You guys are ridiculous.
All right, so 2 down.
2 down. Dub, did you read it or no?
I know. I started. This is the only one I started. Bro. Yeah.
All right.
The only one I started.
Leave this one. It's
see. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Like, well, I mean, not that BK could read, but if he could,
I try to give it a shot.
I mean, I'm not mad that they made it. This is one I'm okay with the suggestion.
I do have a suggestion though, Pete. When we do have the votes that the viewers vote for us, we need to. I'd like to kind of make that a viewer's choice thing. Let's put a viewer's choice kind of thing on here for future, so we know that they chose these books.
Oh yeah. And which ones we chose? Okay, yeah, that's
right.
Fair.
Like this was a viewer's choice.
Okay.
Book. Just a thought.
Well, to the point of I forget who said it earlier. It's like, yeah, they already know they want to buy like the Batman book, so they want to know about the other stuff. I get it. I'll be your
dude. They're never ending this. You will die before they end this.
Oh God, yeah.
The Earth will fucking self-explode into a black hole before Action Comic ends.
No, they'll keep going, and then they'll renumber with a new number 1. Then they'll come back with legacy numbering again. All right. Anyway, for the next viewer vote, we get to talk about Rat City number 2. And
no, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
It's a decent cover.
Get rid
of
this thing. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. We don't have to talk about shit. Get rid of it. Stop voting for this. Don't even put it on the poll anymore. It was funny one week.
You're the one who defended the last one.
No. What I said.
Yeah, you were the only person that I knew who said anything positive to say.
You had positive things. That's the only thing
you had one thing to say about this book.
Don't refute it.
Number 1. You said it.
Pause. This is what I said. You're taking my shit out of context. I said nope. I could see in the first couple pages. I could see in the first couple pages, the first half, how they could have taken this in a cool direction, but they chose not to. And then this one, they just chose violence.
Just ripping off Batman Beyond or anything like that. So just do a futuristic Spawn tale.
Yeah, I mean, like whatever you could. That doesn't mean it's gonna be as bad as this turned out to be.
This was ridiculous.
No, this was. I mean, this is like. I mean, you could. I think if you took dull, rusty knives and attached
like.
I wasn't a fan of the fingernail trimmings to it and scratched out your eyes, it would be more entertaining and be better off than having to read this.
I wasn't a fan of the first issue, and then they gave me this issue, and it's like, well, like nothing happened again. Like, wait, we got a whole issue where his buddy gets all whatever.
Well,
what happened to his hands? Like, what happened
all
to his
I'm
hands?
gonna say is like this was the book that I saw that was on the list. And I'm like, now we're getting trolled because
hold on. You guys should have given us red
That's
coats. You guys should have given us red coats.
Well, we were going to do red coats, but red coats, I couldn't get it done anyway in time, but because we're going to do that as the 5th book.
Yeah. First of all, the Batman Beyond, like I wouldn't want to compare.
This
like,
is Rat City.
Nothing to do with Batman Beyond,
dude.
And then also a fun fact about Batman Beyond: if you watch the opening scene with the music and like the opening credits, my cousin Vince is actually in that opening. Animated version of him is in that.
I'm not disrespecting Batman Beyond. I'm saying Spawn is trying to rip off the idea of Batman Beyond.
And wishes it was Batman Beyond.
And they didn't even do it right.
Jesus, I'll be honest with you, Cosmic. This wasn't worth $1.
Well, you can find it in a couple weeks for $1, and then you can check it out then. If you really want to read it.
This is not good.
It's
not
good. Because
it's
nobody will buy it for $1. So, like, no.
This is just like a crappy video game.
No,
that's what it feels
like.
No,
we've already given this book too much time.
We did. All right.
I don't mind that they put it up there, but I mind that we spent so much time reviewing this.
You know what? I also feel like I've given this book too much time because I gotta admit I'm tired. Like, what's going on here? Like,
really?
Yeah, I'm done. Like, I don't care.
I was okay with this.
I just didn't care. Like, let's introduce one person in every issue and do it in the slowest way possible.
Hold on. Look, I get it. You went on sabbatical for a month. The fucking roses were great. The sun was shining. Now you had to go back.
Got a Ouija board flashback, a game of kickball, and that was
that wasn't about what it was. The coin that the kid now probably did something to. That was crazy. And then we get the one chick that's a psychic who's like the Jean Grey style, and she could tell that these two are mutants. So now we got a mutant squad forming already.
What psychic?
Did you read the book?
I did. She's a witch.
The girl. She's not a witch. She's a psychic. The girl at the end.
I know who she is. You don't know who the character is, do you?
No, I don't know who the character is.
She's from the Runaways.
I think she's a psychic in this one, though. No, I think she's a psychic in this one. I don't think they're all
going to change her around. She was a witch from the.
Well, they said her two parents were psychic, and she's probably psychic.
Menorah or whatever. Yeah, I know who the girl is.
No, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, no, I think like in this one, it's going to be a little bit different. Look, I didn't hate this.
What's up, Ryan? Hopefully we'll see you this weekend.
I just feel like Peach at this point. So I'm just going to cherry pick every like Japanese character I can. I'm just going to put him in this story because it don't make sense, but why not? I don't know.
I think out of all the Ultimate books, this is anywhere not by far not the worst. I'm giving it this.
Because it's not the worst?
That's not a good selling.
Dude, this is probably top quarter reads of all books that came out this week.
No, but there was nothing to read. I told you it was a kickball game for half the issue.
Well, brother,
there was one good bit. You had the flashback of one of the characters of why she left the house. That was the only
some turd's got to float to the top. A turd's got to float to the top. This is a turd that floated to the top, bro.
Yeah. Oof. You got a halfy. Well, I actually went. I'll give you more of a crooked up, but I got a full on down. So we're going on the leave it side. I'm just. It took too long. Imagine reading this like in a trade format. You're going to be 6 issues in, and what happened? She made 2 new friends, or by that time it'll be 5 new friends.
Did you read Rat City?
A new friend every issue.
Did you read Rat City in action this week?
I did.
Out of the 3 books, out of 3 books, this is Ultimate X-Men. This is the other 2.
Just because I ate dog shit and then I ate cat shit doesn't mean that the horse shit tastes better than the other.
No. That's not what this is. This is like you ate dog shit, then all of a sudden you had a fucking Hot Pocket and you think that shit is gourmet.
I do not say that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You're trying to sell this Hot Pocket as being a gourmet book.
No, I'm saying this is a Hot Pocket in a world of dog shit.
That doesn't make it better.
No, it makes it this.
If anything, I'm now arguing on the side that you normally would argue of how garbage a Hot Pocket is. You're trying to shine on and say how good the Hot Pocket is.
No, I'm saying it's this. I'm not. It's not like I give it a thumbs up, Pete, but this.
I'm saying it's better.
To say this is an unreadable book is just atrocious.
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Yeah.
If you want, we can.
Yeah. I'm just saying, saying that this is an unreadable book, that's an over.
It's not unreadable. I'm just saying, after 3 issues, I wanted more to have happened. Like, I want to be further along in whatever this story is going to be.
I'm not saying that at all.
I don't know what this story is supposed to be yet. And we're 3 issues in.
Yeah, this cover doesn't help this book at all.
Agreed. Okay, I'll give you that.
I mean,
it's not like I gave this thing a 10. I didn't give it 10. I gave it a 8.
The book just might as well be called How Armor Makes Friends. And that's all she's doing. She's going through every issue, and they're introducing a new friend.
Seen worse shit this week, this month, and definitely seen worse shit on Wednesday. Definitely seen worse shit today.
That doesn't mean that makes this better.
Archel, I haven't gotten my schedule figured out to the point where I can get the books read in time. Sometimes I get 1 or 2 read, and this week there was no way. With the show tomorrow, there's nothing that I didn't get a chance to read.
Yeah, you got a con tomorrow. Anyway.
Why? I'm the one that gave it the better ranking. What are you talking? I don't have a beef with Peach. Talk to me.
Yeah, I don't either. I just
hey, hold on. What was his name before he changed it to Damien? You know I'm Marco, and that's Pete, right? You know this, right? Marco, Pete. Marco, the guy up there, Pete.
No,
Marco,
you always
Pete.
take
Marco,
the heat
Pete.
for everything. That said, Doom. I wonder. I mean, the viewers did pick this, but I wonder.
This is the one that I wanted to read.
Okay. Go ahead, Pete.
Out of all of the crap this week, this was probably my favorite, but it still wasn't great. It felt like one of those Sins of Sinister books that I also had a problem with, because it just felt like they just threw us in a situation about some doom in the future and then just ran with it.
Oh, no. Who wrote this?
It fleshed out the story. It didn't jump around and do like the Sins of Sinister thing, which is, again, I know
I like the Sins of Sinister,
where they jumped and said, watch this. We're going to have Juggernaut get shot through a Celestial. We're going to do this. And they didn't do that.
Yeah, but that's because
story.
I just don't think I think going 100 years in the future between 3 different books was just too much for your brain to
is this a mini?
Comprehend.
No, it was one shot.
One shot. But then again, if you read the end, it kind of seemed like they were going to do something later with it.
Well,
I got to say,
Jonathan Hickman. You need like at least 6 issues for him to get
the
story going. So.
You do. You needed a bunch.
Here's what this was the one book I liked that I read this.
First off, the fucking Fantastic Four kids aren't any fucking better than the fucking Fantastic Four. They're probably worse. Huh?
You're talking.
All right.
Okay. Number 2.
Watch your language in front of the lady, punk.
Did the kids suck?
No, you just said it like 6 times in one sentence.
Oh, they suck. They suck. Number 2. Number 2. I said Fantastic Four. What? You can't say F words anymore? Hey, number
You need to
two.
put string them all together.
I
You're throwing that shit on.
Well,
like
here's what it was. I
fries.
think I was excited about this book, and it turned out it was a Hot Pocket wrapped in a turd sandwich. Like it didn't go anywhere. You had to she's fucking Valor. Oh, the kids the whole time, and they're drawn terribly. The art inside's just gross in itself. And then at the end, you get the Beyonder, you get the Watcher. Everybody's a grandpa. What is this book doing? Like
See,
at what point?
I didn't mind the Sanford Green art actually.
I did.
Yeah, I like Sanford Green.
I like the style. I know what his style is, so I was ready for this.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not. I kind of almost am sideways. I think I'm more critical of this book because I expected this book. I wanted this. Okay, I wanted this book to be good, and then I read it.
I agree. I agree.
Like, damn, bro, this isn't what I wanted.
To that point, I could probably give you one of these. That mine is only a crooked thumbs up, but in comparison to the other things I had to read, this outshone the rest. And I think that's where we're getting our Hot Pocket comparison, where I just didn't get that Hot Pocket shine on Ultimate X-Men, but I got it a little bit on this one.
Yeah, maybe
the
that's
other
it.
things I had to read.
Yeah.
This one.
I mean, well, also this was expensive because it was a one shot. So like for what it was, and like Doom is cool. I mean, Doom's the best part of Fantastic Four. And they like
Uncle Doom.
and then they had Galactus in it. They had a bunch of sweet stuff in it.
Galactus, and he was tearing shit up, and
but then he wasn't, because in the beginning he wasn't, but then Doom wasn't too. And then like I just
and then we got the crazy Hickman ideas with Doom's like we're gonna give him a fucking splash of super soldier serum so he doesn't burn out when we
and then we stripped him buck naked too at one point.
Just
pretty
threw
much
a whole bunch of stuff together and said go. But
yeah, so I guess that's why I'm kind of going thumbs down, because like I don't know, it's disappointing. So if you're expecting a great Doom story, don't read this book and you'll like it. But if you don't, then don't read this book because the art isn't good either.
Would you rather have a medium amount of great pizza or all you can eat pretty good pizza?
Yeah, that's it. Like if you're starving, you probably don't care what the pizza tastes like. I guess
I've told me.
I'm still giving it a take it.
How are you giving it a take it? This is the same shit as the last book. Get out of here. All right.
Well, because the other one we were in
I know.
unbalanced agreement. This was still a 50-50 call. But I'd say out of everything, go with this one.
No, I would not go with this one. All right, next up.
All right, now we got our streaming stuff.
All right, let's stream.
All right. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time going back to work to catch up on this stuff, so I'm gonna have to rely on you guys and your viewing. Now, Dub, you already saw this first one, so you saw this in the theater, so you can help. Tell us all about this with Marco. But Madam Web hit streaming this past week.
Did you watch this, Marco?
Yeah. So yeah,
I was going to, but I didn't.
So I think it's been long enough where I can like give a spoiler here.
Oh yeah.
My favorite part of the movie, and I like literally clapped and cheered. B can attest to this.
When it ended?
Was when the ambulance like went flying through the air and like landed in the middle of the street, and I like literally started clapping because I thought that was like the best heroic moment of the movie. I didn't say that back then. I thought it was hilarious when that happened. But yeah, I mean, I sat in this movie for like almost an hour and a half long, and yeah, it was
cool. Maybe I'll do that, Terry.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing with this movie.
No, I'm still gonna try to watch it.
The execution was terrible.
And going back to this, we don't need Frank.
Some of the concepts were good.
Correct.
The problem with it is if they used like Ezekiel
25:17.
What's that?
Path of the righteous.
Is beset on all sides.
Not that Ezekiel. But if they would have, instead of showing the visions, if they would have, instead of showing the visions, made her Madam Web earlier on, and then had the three girls be the super, whichever super character they. First off, we still don't even know how those fuckers got their spider powers. Can we stop doing origin stories? I guess that's my problem. Can we stop doing origin stories?
But I think for a character,
I don't think this would. No. This
for whatever reason, why they chose to do a movie about Madam Web in the first goddamn place, you need to tell the origin story because not everybody knows.
No. Wait till you watch.
They could have given us this origin in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's if you would have done 20 minutes, that's what I'm saying. Right. If you would have done 20 minutes of origin story,
because then jump to the end of the movie and then go from there.
They go for exactly. Well, if you would have done that,
that's different though. Making like the origin only like the first act of a movie is one thing, as opposed to say like retelling Spider-Man's or Batman's origin over the course of a whole movie. Yeah,
no, Joe. No,
we don't need. We can just go right in with Batman or Spider-Man at this point. Everybody knows their backstory. But with this character, yes, we still need to know their origin.
No, you didn't.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. They could have done more story beyond
their origin. Their origin was still only 5 minutes of a fucking almost 2-hour movie. It literally was. The rest was jumping around in ambulances and stuff. But like it was 5 minutes. You didn't need her. Like she was in a vehicle more than she was in anything else. And by the way,
they probably just should have done a Black Cat movie and not done Madam Web to begin with.
No, they could have done
as Black Cat and call it a day.
Which one is she?
She was the one who played Jessica Carpenter, I think, Spider-Woman in this.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know.
She's got the glasses on in the poster.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know because she didn't actually. Like that's what I'm saying. She didn't actually. No, she didn't play.
Jessica. That was another thing. It was false advertising. In the trailer, you see all the superhero stuff. You see costumes, and you literally get the costumes for like.
I saw that.
2 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. If you would have had them even not explain how those girls got their powers, but had them having spider powers, this movie would have been a home run. It would have been a fucking home run. But instead, they decided to drive cabs around forever.
You had a barbecue in the middle of the woods, and
you had a fucking
stuff in a fire and a diner on the side of the road, and like just so many things that were like it just took so long. And the rainforest. I mean, the rainforest was
all you guys are doing is getting me super excited for that Craven movie that we're
not only here we go. Yeah. Not only that, they're super cute. They actually, I will tell you that the 3 young ladies were good actors because they did a very good job with the shit that they were doing.
They were given to work.
No, absolutely. They did an excellent, superb because you could see how this movie could have been good. With little bit that they did in the costumes and like how they were interacting, like, yeah, I mean, no, I get that we didn't think it was going to be great, right, but like this is a whole nother level of crap. Come on, the Madam Web, come on, you could have called this a lady. You could have called this Lady Drives Ambulance. That would have been a movie because that's what
we're going down the Morbius route. Is what I think it is, which is again a portrait. No. Wait. It was again a portrait. We didn't need a Morbius movie, but with expectations set, it could have been worse, but it also could have been a lot better. You were okay with it, Marco, more so than me, because I just felt like the movie just ended. I thought the villain was good in Morbius. Going back to Morbius because I haven't seen this, so don't talk about Morbius. I thought Matt Smith as the villain was good in Morbius. I thought the setup was fine. I think they just kind of ended the movie kind of early.
Yeah. Okay. So here's completely different. Setup was terrible. Villain,
they did a shitty job with. After was pointless.
No, the setup was terrible. Like the whole setup was terrible here. That was the biggest problem.
You're telling me about barbecues and diners on the side of the road. Like what's going on? Might as well just been a Hulk movie with.
This could have been sunflowers on the side of the road. Is what the title could have been. You wouldn't know the fucking difference.
Bill Bixby. I was drawing a blank.
Like at least with Morbius,
Hulk, yeah.
At least you know with Morbius, that Morbius was like a superhero movie. This could have been anything. This could have been.
I still go back to why.
Huh?
This could if you got rid of the last 5 minutes of it when they're wearing the costumes and stuff.
Yes.
This could have been a movie called Clairvoyant Woman in an Ambulance. That's what Mark was saying.
No, you know what it could have been? What was that?
She has some visions. That's it.
Yeah. What was that one thing called? Like Keepsake? No, what was the one where they Memento? This could have been called Memento C version.
No, don't do that. Memento was good, but this I can't.
The C version of it is what I'm saying.
But
No,
all
like,
I'm saying is,
no, I'm telling, no, Pete. I'm when you watch this, know this.
know.
They didn't. No, fucking Madam Web. There was no Madam Web in the movie. In Morbius, there was fucking Morbius. You can dislike or like him, but Morbius was in the movie. There was no spider people. Well, sorry. There was no comic book characters in this fucking movie.
But that's my point of why. You have the entire Spider-Man library, hundreds of characters to choose from. Who chose this?
Because Madam Web, if they did Madam Web as Madam Web without an origin story and used the 3 girls, the little bit we saw of that was actually pretty good.
But
I think
it was a poor decision from the start. That's all.
Well, the reason they chose it was to keep the Spider-Man license. I mean, that's it, right?
Because you could have picked any character to make a movie out of.
They could have, but they don't know what they're doing.
That's
obviously by this.
Sony has proven that they don't know what they're doing.
Pete, I think you actually have to watch this though, because
I'm going to. Don't worry.
No, but like I understand what you're saying, and I get it, and I'm not trying to insult you, but it seems like from a layman's opinion, because you cannot, like, they have never done anything like this. No matter what you're gonna hate on, like,
you're telling me that you're trying to sell that it's even worse than I'm expecting it to be?
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm trying to think of, like, yeah, I'm saying, like, you know, the Fantastic Four movie, the bootleg one, the guy, like, switching the yeah, that shit looks like that makes more sense than this. Like, there's not. Ooh. I'm trying to think of, like, oh, you know what happened? Okay. One time I saw a movie called Avengers, and I went to go watch it, and I thought it was going to be with the superheroes, and it wasn't. It was a spy movie.
Yep.
Sean Connery?
Ray Fiennes and Uma Thurman as
that's what this is. You would have been like, oh, I'm going to go watch Madam Web, and then it turns into a fucking you're like, wait, this is
bringing out the dead, but without a coked up Nick Cage going crazy.
I'm just saying, yeah, absolutely.
John Goodman.
No, it's 100%. That's what it is. Yeah, like that's what the shit, dude. This was not a fucking. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could question their choices of characters or who wants to see the story, but they didn't even try to tell a story here. They didn't try to tell a story. So,
all right. So what are you guys giving this then?
No, don't watch this bullshit. Don't watch this bullshit. Dub?
I'm trying to find a reason to not give it a full thumbs down.
I'm not going to.
My wife. I will give it a crooked. Almost, yeah. That's what I will say.
You both want to go crooked?
Yeah, and this is why, because I can't explain this movie. Like, people think they understand what we're saying, but you don't understand until you see it. And when you see it,
can I at least get a good Mystery Science Theater 3000 movie out of this, where I could be like Dub, clapping at the wrong spots and just heckling it throughout?
No,
I mean, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it because of that. That's what I did.
I could watch a bad movie as long as I can make fun of it while it's on.
I got hit in
the
arm for clapping at the wrong spot.
Hold on.
When I wasn't supposed to.
Here's the thing: if you took somebody to see this movie and they were not a comic book fan, and they also did not, you didn't tell them it was
and
Madam
you're not
Web.
Getting any at the end of the night.
No, you didn't tell them it was Madam Web, so they couldn't even look up who Madam Web was. They might think this movie was just okay.
And they didn't hate it.
Yeah, and they wouldn't hate it. That's what I'm saying.
You're 100% describing somebody that you know.
John, why are you bringing up spies like us?
Whoa. What are we talking about?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, so somebody said that? See, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly
it. No
it.
idea who it is. Yeah. No idea what the character is. No idea what to expect going in there. When to see the movie.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I want to. Yeah, what happens next?
Yeah, it's like an easy go movie. It's like almost like. I'm not gonna say. Remember, was it the 90s where they did all those, like?
That's what I'm looking forward to.
She Hates Me or whatever movies, like 10 Things I Hate About You or whatever, like that. You know, movies that don't really matter about shit. You know what I mean? They just kind of are what they are. Like, that's what this is.
Well, 10 Things I Hate About You was actually based off of Shakespeare, but okay.
Yeah, I fucking get that.
Sure, yeah, shit story. That's right.
Give me the Tempest. Give me like all that bullshit.
No, even She's All That. I think it was based off.
I think She's All That is Tempest
Alien or something.
Which one was it? We used to have to read that shit for high school. I was like, oh, this is that.
I don't know. They're all just knockoffs of the same things.
My point being, what's the one where the girl does the thing where she got the fake tattoo and then she starts becoming a cheerleader?
What?
The one where the cute chick, she's like, oh, they're like, you can't have a tattoo, and she's like, it's not a tattoo. She rubs it off. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
And she did gymnastics in the school, doesn't have gymnastics anymore. It's a
Is
cheerleader
that like,
thing.
Bring It On or something?
Probably.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what this.
I wasn't a big Bring It On guy.
Yeah, no, it's I'm talking about the Avenger movies. That isn't. That's probably what.
No,
it is.
John. The only reason why I said that is because I love Spies Like Us.
All right, next up.
Give me some Chevy Chase and Dan. All right.
Yeah,
Dan Aykroyd.
anytime.
I'm happy.
Yep, that was a good movie.
What's a dick for? To pee with. Such a good movie.
Okay.
Anyway. Next up, the Iron Claw.
Did you see this, Dub?
I did not see it.
Okay.
I wanted to. My plan was to watch it last night until I had to come up with this goddamn scavenger hunt, which we're going to do later.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been watching this last night.
Hey, it starts tomorrow morning for us, Roman, but we'll see you there, Unk.
Unk. Oh yeah.
But I still.
I actually want to hear your guys' opinion on this because I was kind of disappointed in this.
I want to see this. I haven't like I said, I haven't had a chance to, but I will watch.
Do you guys know anything about this?
I know Zac Efron got in the quote unquote best shape of his life for this. I know this is about the Von Erichs.
Yes. No, what I'm going to ask you is, did Kevin have a part in this?
I don't know.
No, they did. They did get rid of one of the brothers, and they kind of combined. They kind of streamlined it for the movie. I do know they did cut out one of the brothers.
They took a little bit of liberty.
I know. I'm just saying. I do know that going in, they did get rid of one of the brothers to kind of
maybe because Kevin's the only one alive. That maybe they fucking like. Maybe they rewrote history a little bit about how maybe good Kevin was. Or how bad the dad was to Kevin, or how Kevin was the only savior of all the other brothers, even though none of them got saved. It's a lot of Kevin. How Kevin was the greatest wrestler of all time, and his brother pretty much stole the mic from it's
Doctor.
And and this is the other thing too, like the Von Erich kind of looked a little inbred, and these guys didn't look inbred at all. Like this guy, Zac Efron?
Hollywood.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a Hollywood kind of.
Yeah, but they also aren't like,
right? So,
huh?
It was out in the theaters for a while, so.
Yeah, but I mean, this would be like if Pete was played by, I don't know, name somebody who's 6'4" and extremely attractive for a male with huge muscle. This is like if Pete was played by The Rock. This is like if Pete was played by The Rock. The head of Rennavision is The Rock.
You would need facial hair.
No, younger Rock. You know what I mean? Not like this Rock, but like
The Rock ever had a
beard. Candy Pack Rock or
no, like Rock 10 years ago. Rock. Or maybe 15, 20.
So still talking about candy asses.
Yeah, candy ass guy. I mean, I don't know, but like, it was very generous. The casting was very generous.
All you brodies to read your dollar bin digging books.
Hold on. First off, I'm not taking shots at the dead.
I mean,
you're not even anywhere close.
No, he's not taking shots. I don't think.
Yeah, you're not even close to what this clown shoes actually like. If you want to talk about it, I can start tearing apart.
So I'll go into the Dark Side of the Ring. That's documentary. That's different.
But see, like, okay, so that's it. Like the Dark Side of the Ring.
I know because you brought it up in our chat.
I know because I really enjoyed. Well, I didn't enjoy it like that, but I thought they were tasteful about it. They let Kevin, who has taken too many hits to the fucking head.
You're catching on there, Damien.
Nah, I don't. He's not. No, I'm serious about this. Like, if you like, it was one thing when they let Kevin talk on Dark Side of the Ring. Okay, fair. Okay, this was a whole nother fucking level. This is like Savior Kevin. Like tried to save the whole thing. The dad, and I get that the dad was a shitbag. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying, but like I think like the self-importance.
This is all I'm hearing from you. I didn't get the help, so
no. I mean, like it wasn't the worst thing ever. It probably was like a medium thumb on the. I'd still watch it. I mean,
Oh, so you want to
I
put it on the
watched
other
it.
side?
Yeah, I watched it, but like, did it? I think it skipped a couple key parts.
Again, I know that they're gonna. I know they have skipped stuff, and like I said, I think they combined some.
Well,
character
yeah, I
attributes.
don't want to ruin it, but they definitely skipped some parts. They used Harley Race instead of Flair during portions of it. Maybe they're not happy with what Flair said about.
Flair's too busy getting kicked out of pizzerias. So,
well, I mean, he's a crackhead, so what do you expect? But like, yeah, I mean, look, I hope I run into him too. What, BK? I'm just saying, like, I'm telling the truth. Like, if you thought this was going to be I thought this was going to be like, yes, I thought this was going to be a cinemized biopic maybe of the family. And I think this is more of a fluff piece. And we're just going to try not to offend the last living member of this family. You know what?
Yeah.
Watch it. See what you tell. I want to hear what you guys
say.
All
right, let's lighten the mood here. We're going down a dark path with all this stuff.
Could it get any better than X-Men 97? Yes, it could, because this fucking
they
week
could give us more
episodes.
This
was the best week ever. The best week. Holy shit. Okay, if you don't want spoilers, go someplace else, because I'm done now with this bullshit. We got Apocalypse, just like I thought we were
came out today.
I don't give a shit. Dub, my show, I can do what I want. Apocalypse.
Move this man!
Yeah, get out of here. You can't boo me on this. I gotta enjoy it, man. Dude, Apocalypse.
No, hold on. Just
Spoiler!
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Warning! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
Oh my god.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Plenty of time now.
I think we're still going to get some of the things that people thought we were, but the major part of the storyline we might have already spoiled, because I think a bunch of weeks ago I said, before Pete said it was going to be the Onslaught thing, and I said I hope not. I was hoping it was going to be a certain storyline about a certain guy named Apocalypse, and I think we're going to at least get one story.
You might be right. I feel like they might have planted like that further seed, the Onslaught thing, for later now.
I think they're going to do both. I think they're.
Yes, I mean, I think we might get to it, but
which is just amazing. I mean, how they did it is going to be amazing. Like, just, I mean, I just really, whew, it was good. The ending was just so good.
Ascanis, like, are people going to start buying those? The Adventures of Cyclops.
Hey, don't ruin my Under the Radar.
All right, I can't wait till we get to Under the Radar.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I wanted to do a 60-piece. Like, if you like, this is as bad as I'm going to spoil it. Was the Apocalypse thing, or the We Called It thing? But dude, I was going to do a 60-piece spoiler, with 60-piece spoiler on Under the Radar, and I chose to.
Pam is great, by the way.
What's that?
Archer.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
I told to roll it back a little bit. You know what I mean? I told to roll it back a little bit, because I think you could have gone about. I mean, you're going to all hear it by the. If you're not going to hear it today, if you haven't heard it already today, they're going to roll this stuff out in the next couple of days, because like when people figure out what happened at the end of that episode, like when they said 3000 BC, when they said 3000 BC and showed up in that spot and did that thing, before they even got there, I went, oh shit, we're getting my man. We're getting him. And then they went further down. Obviously we got my man. But then they did the other part. And I was like,
we got the after credit scene.
I was like, holy shit, we talked about that too.
Absolutely did bring up, I think, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Hey, go watch it. It's a comic book show. But we absolutely brought that up. We 100% did it. And like, oh gosh. I mean, like, it was just, yeah, I mean, like, what? Like, dude, it was great. It's what, I mean, it's what I wanted. I can't wait to talk. Go to the con this weekend and talk about it, because I think it's what a lot of people wanted. And I think if you thought that it wasn't spoiled, well, you saw Dub's news, you saw a bunch of other stuff. And if you're too dumb to figure out what happened in this episode by everything that's going on in X-Men, I can't help you. but like I think I've spoiled it as much as everybody else.
Apart from that, I think by the time we get to the list, I think we're going to see a lot of books selling this week based off of this last episode.
Unbelievable, amazing, and by the way, how they introduced a character in this in the 3000 BC thing, I was like, damn, dude, I wonder if they're going to, because there's a comic book. I didn't put it there because I didn't want to spoil it under. But
you didn't go with that mini,
huh?
The mini?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. The 3000 BC, not the AD.
No, I know. Well, maybe it's what is it? It was like
oh yeah, no, it is. You're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go with the portion. No, I didn't go to the portion where you first see him as that.
Okay.
I didn't do that.
Well,
but
I mean, I'll see you're under the radar.
See the under. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there was that. Yeah, we had those tales from Apocalypse.
Well, there's another one where like a more recent one where they go back and deal with it. Anyways, I didn't do that. I could have gone there was at least 20 books I could have pulled on that. I chose not to. So you're welcome, because you can call me a douche all you want, but I could have really just spoiled this thing for you. But I didn't do that. And I just got to say, I'm excited. Like, I think it was a good I think what they're doing is a good choice. I will tell you before you get suckered in, it's going to be a lot like this. There's not going to be one storyline. I think they're going to have a 2-part storyline, kind of like they did with, I think they're going to do it like they did with Life Death. I heard we're going to get something in there. I'm glad that that's not going to be the main focal point. And I said it before. I said, Pete said something. I said, hey man, I hope that's not the main focal point of season 2. And I'm pretty sure shit it's not. But if you heard what I said, I hope the focus was. It's close. Now, I don't think we're going to get a complete alternate universe, if you know what I mean. One of my favorite.
Sure? I don't know. I could see a whole episode.
I could too. No, but I don't think that. I think like we're going to do the final 3 here. I think the final 3 is going to be something else, something like more of a mini series, not like the epic event that it was. I hope it is. Well, I kind of hope they don't. I don't want them to ruin it, but like I kind of hope they do, because they did such a great job with this. So like that's where I'm at with it. But fuck it, it was so amazing. It was great, dude. It was so good, so good.
Well, why don't we just get into it then? We don't need to linger anymore.
Oh yeah.
You ready? I'm gonna run your thing.
Yep. Black Spider, it's just great. All right, under the radar. Here we go. I'm not gonna tell you why we're picking the books. Dude, I'm telling you, it was great, dude. I mean, I can't wait just to talk about it. All right, here we go. This is how we're gonna start this off. We're gonna start off. Clan of Scotty.
It's all right, Dub. You can go outside, grab a smoke.
For the people that don't know, Mother of Scotty is actually Rachel Summers. Spoiler alert from a fucking 1990 comic.
What?
Go fuck yourself. Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna tell you why we're going over this, but the first time we see the clan is in X Factor Volume 1, number 66. Browse yourself for $3.
You're not going to tell us why.
Well, I mean, I can't help you. Wait, who's that on the cover? Is that the first time we see Kid Cable in like the little hat from the clan? Oh wait, yeah. Anyways, you also get Cyclops, a couple other people.
I like
CGC
the big dog in the background.
It wasn't a 5.5, but 9.8 sold for $29. So there you go. That's Apocalypse in the background.
I know. I'm just teasing.
Next up, the first time you actually see Rachel Summers as mother is in Cable Volume 1, number 6. You can't get this graded because nobody grades a dollar book, bro.
Sons.
Yeah. Father and sons, buddy. Sweet book.
it.
So if you want her for the first time, you can see her there. Not going to tell you why either. And if you want...
What do you mean you're not going to tell why?
Why? Well, it's because the first thing of mother... Well, because we know why. Because it all links to the thing we talked about earlier that we're not spoiling.
You know, well that's... Okay.
Do you want me to spoil or not, Pete?
Well, that's what I mean. What's the point? Like, you're already kind of spoiling it if you're not spoiling it.
Yeah, so the major storyline it looks like is going to be is like you see at the end, they go to 2 portions. The X-Men split up into 2 portions.
Here, before you continue, the way I look at it this way is either people got it or they didn't get it. So you explaining what could happen or where they're kind of going, I don't think is really spoiling it as much as you already
So
told.
What I think the main event is going to do is focus around an Age of Apocalypse storyline where Apocalypse ends up infecting Cable with the technovirus. When that happened, you see him as Nathan Dayspring is Cable when he gets pushed to the future. He gets into the clan real quickly. Rachel, his not stepsister, his sister, no, his aunt becomes mother and ends up raising him at one point in a clan that the Age of Apocalypse, like pretty much
their relationship.
It would be his, because she's a future hound. It would be
she's a future hound, but she's
cousin sister.
She's sort of like a half sister, but
yeah,
older,
sister, aunt sister.
Are we getting into a Von Erich situation over here?
It's fucked up. It's like a Utah sister golden underpants.
We're also talking about different universes and timelines.
Yeah. What is it? Is it aunt sister?
Well, no. How would it be aunt sister? Because who were her parents?
B, do you know? You know what it is, B?
She's a Summers.
She is a Summers. She's a future Summers. That's a hound. Isn't she Gray's kid?
That's what I'm saying. But it's just
so I guess
because Cable is Madeline Pryor's kid.
Yeah,
so it's
Madeline
kind of
Pryor's
like
kid. That's what I'm saying. So it'd be a half sister.
Half sister. It's
but he's old. She's older in a different universe. Yeah.
Different universes and whatnot. Whatever.
So, anyways, they have a clan. Age of Apocalypse tries to wipe out all these things and then just pretty much use mutants for like.
But yes, this is a bad cover, Joe. This is
it's a terrible cover.
It's a lot of sinew and muscle tone.
But it comes up in so they kept running with the storyline for a very long time. And what happens is much like the end of the show, Cyclops and Jean go to the timeline, which is about 3000 and change AD into this separate timeline, which I think is 4916. I think is the timeline. I'm not sure on that offhand. Somewhere around that timeline, and they end up running into Rachel as the mother of the clan. They run into first they don't. First they run into clan members, and they run into
Clan Ascani. Don't just say
Clan Ascani. Sorry, they run to Clan Ascani members.
Say the whole thing.
They find their kids, but they run to Clan Ascani members. Then they run into Mother Rachel, and then then pretty much Nathan Date. There's a story of them fighting with the Asoki clan and Nathan Dayspring, which is actually Nathan Summers, which is actually Cable that they sent out there. And that's in the Adventures in Cyclops and Phoenix. I think I explained all that pretty
not
fast.
convoluted whatsoever.
I got it.
Clear, straightforward, understand.
Yeah, are you serious, Dub? So they ran into the group, then they ran. So that's what the 3 books are. The group first time you see it.
Don't do it again.
Then when you see Rachel Summers, then when you see like them interacting with it. So those are the 3 books. It's probably the basis would probably be off the Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix, is what it seems like the storyline is going to tear into towards the end of season 2. That's a 4-part miniseries. They sell for $3.50 raw, $10 for the set. If you want,
There's 2 miniseries, just so you know. You
can, yeah. This is the first
because then with an even longer title, you have the Further Adventures.
The Further Adventures, and there's also
another 4-issue mini.
No,
I'm just saying,
and there's also a Silky Sun too, which is like a whole nother thing because they kept getting into it, right? Anyways, but this, if I actually think this is the book that you might want to try to grab. It's a weird book, but I think when people figure out who the mother is, Anyhow, but that's all we're gonna do for X-Men 97. We're gonna try not to spoil anything else there, but because there's a whole nother group we could have gone through, but we chose not to. All right, there you go. Was that good? I didn't spoil it too much, right? Is fair, Pete? That was fair.
I guess.
You don't think that was fair? You think I should give him more?
Yeah.
You think I should give him more? Well, blame Pete. All right. Next up,
I'm thinking you could have went to the old timey too. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I was thinking about going to the old, but I didn't want to go to the old timey. That's what I didn't want to do because I didn't want to give it all the way in. Yeah.
All right.
So.
You're not giving it away. We're speculating. We don't know. We're not writing the show,
bro. Like that. Yeah, I guess, but like that.
You think there's not other people who are going to do that exact same thing? You don't.
We don't do that at our show typically, so I didn't want to go too far with it. All right, Crimson Dynamo. the Neo-Soviets showed up in 90, or maybe it showed up in 97 for some reason. So I figured I'd cover a couple of the characters. I mean, we all know that Omega Red was in it. We all know that Dark Star was in it. But a couple of the other members that were in there, because there's different groups for this. Crimson Dynamo.
Soviets.
Huh?
The Super Soviets.
Well, it was actually the Neo-Soviets, because the Neo-Soviets had all three of those characters, which one didn't, and then it had one more character in it too. You might have seen him with his mustache.
Guard?
Huh?
The Winter Guard was like a
Winter Guard's close, but Winter Guard would have had a couple different characters in it too.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking of the different team names.
There's a bunch of. There's also the KGB, which was close, but not the exact same, and back and forth. Anyways, Crimson Dynamo. He is the when you see Omega Red and Dark Star, he is the muscular machine type character. His first appearance is Iron Man Volume 1, number 104. They sell raw for about $4.
Also, to be fair, there's like 4 of them. 2. Just to say,
I
there's
gave
like
you the main one. I gave you the main one that was in the group.
Yeah, I'm just saying, there's other ones after this. So.
Now, there's a guy with a mustache in the back, and it could have been up to 2 people that were part of that Neo group. But I definitely think it was Ivan. And even if it wasn't, I still think Ivan's an awesome character. Yeah, Ivan Kurshki. So Ivan Kurshki's first was in Captain America Volume 1, 102. Actually, believe it or not, it's not that terrible of a book, selling wise. And if you can get in high grade, it's probably a really good buy. Average high grade raws are selling for anywhere, probably off $51. And we're saying high grade, we're talking like 8.5 and above to like probably 9.4.
Cool.
Oh, nice. Good, Jim. If that's not that high, it's probably selling for on average for $9. CGC 92 sold for $188. Do not hate me for this. I didn't do it, but I'm going to repeat. CGC 92 sold for $188, and in the same week, a CBCS 96 sold for $134.49. It's not my fault that you listen to some moron on the internet tell you that CBCS was a better grading system and get you more money than CGC. The proof is in the pudding, my friend. I don't have anything to do with that. I just sell the books. I don't buy the CBC books. I'm just telling it how it is. Okay. Next up, Pete's alternate universe character, Puck. I wanted to do this because for a while, Puck and Alpha Flight Volume 1, for some reason, was getting a lot of heat on it. It was going pretty high there, including for Raws.
There's a ton of them.
Raws now, yeah, there is. Raws now for high grades are usually selling in the $12 period. Like, it's tough. I don't even think you get $20 out of them. To be honest with you, there was a couple like $18 sales, so it went up to $12. Where realistically, this is a sub $10 book, and there's lows as much as $1 on there too. It's gone back down to $1 book. So if you're looking, you can get it. A CGC 98 on average sold one for $115. Highs or maybe $120. Lows $100, like for a 98. So there you go. That's what you got on that book. Get it for Puck. I think Puck's still a good buy. I think you get a couple characters.
Did we see Puck? Because I think I missed him if we did.
Yeah, he was
if
there.
I was hunting this book, I would definitely go for the Canadian price variant.
I think you kind of have to.
That's funny. Yeah. All right. And then I added Psylocke there because Puck was right with Psylocke. It was like Puck, Psylocke, North Star, and what's North Star's sister's name? Is it mocking
Vanguard?
Yeah, Vanguard. They were all in one picture together a couple times. They were in the thing together. And plus, I like Psylocke. So let's look at Psylocke.
Awesome. I love Psylocke.
I'd Psylocke get Psylocke's first. You know, I like to do these complicated first appearances where it's 8 first appearances. And I was trying to get through Crimson, whatever his name is, because Pete brought up there's 3. I was going to hope that nobody said that so that I didn't have to explain why I didn't do all 3 there, because I was waiting for Psylocke and her wonderful kid.
Well, yeah, well, then we got our Psylocks here. So we got our British and our Quantum versions.
Yeah, so here we go. British Magazine comic, Captain Britain number 8, Volume 1, Raws, in pretty decent shape in that 8.5 to 9.2 area, going for 120 on the average. But actually, this is kind of down a little bit. I mean, down a lot. CGC 9.0, last one's over to 296. This is the first appearance of Betsy Braddock, which is not Psylocke. It's not Psylocke. It's Betsy Braddock. Just so you know, it's the first appearance of Betsy Braddock.
It's Captain Britain's sister.
Captain Britain's sister, right. Now, Captain Britain Volume 2, number 12, this gorgeous cover. Also magazine site. Raw is selling for $4.99.
Well, yeah, they're magazine size, but they're like
half magazine.
They're
size?
paper thin, right?
they're paper thin though. Like they are
they're
size
weeklies.
magazine,
They're
but
weeklies.
it's a
So
weekly,
they're like
yeah.
12 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a newsprint.
it's like tissue paper. It is
Super
delicate. Anything.
I got the
But anyway,
Transformers of those.
continue on as we look at Ursula and
So
Little
this
Mermaid
is
knockoff here.
okay. So now, also not Psylocke. This is first appearance female Captain Britain, who is Betsy. Okay, still not Psylocke. Definitely doesn't have the eyes. Definitely doesn't have the training. Definitely doesn't have anything else. Now,
also not a mutant. Well, I'm assuming is she a mutant at that
not a
point?
mutant at that point.
It also looks like the monkey the monkey type character from Return of the Jedi.
Salacious Crumb?
Yes.
No, it looks more like a duck, but okay. All right. Next up, New Mutants.
Howard the
Annual,
Duck mixed with
Volume 1, Peking Duck. New Mutants Annual.
Peking Duck?
Peking
Like
Duck.
the ones without heads?
Oh, I like this book.
Hanging in the window?
It's a square bound.
Square bound book.
I like this one.
If you sell it as vintage 1986 exclamation point, nice copy exclamation point or major key. You can pretty much sell it for $27. Also first appearance of Psylocke.
They should have spelled nice like this, and it probably would have sold better.
Yeah. This book was this at one point was really high up there. It's kind of come down a lot. Probably, I wouldn't say time to buy. CGC 9.8. The last 9.8 was 555. Now, with that being said, it's a little funny. I think it's closer to like a sub $500 book on average. For a 9.8.
I think maybe their button got stuck when they were making their best offer.
Hold it down.
Shit. The offer submitted. I can't help it.
CGC 9.0 $72.
Yeah, good luck with all that, John, because it does not. Definitely does not.
What doesn't?
CGC.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is,
doesn't make sense.
Don't blame me. Yeah, it does. It does.
No, we're not blaming
you. It's still $500. It's $475, $500. It's kind of where the price is currently. All right, next up, we heard about it because you guys made us read Action Comic. What are you looking at, Pete? Parasite?
Yeah, I was like, it looks like one of the Von Erichsons in his little undies.
Yeah, there we go. All right, good. I'm glad you saw it. All right,
Parasite. Perfect banana hammock cover.
The Parasite. As you know, DC loves to give us multiple copies of a character too. So I like to do the first
there are
original.
multiples of these too.
So I like to do the first original version of this, and I'm leaving this picture up as long as I can on purpose. I hope you guys are all enjoying this on your big screen TVs. Make sure you just stare at
nice
the banana
wide
hammock
stance
as possible. Yes. All right. The Parasite.
And just like Liefeld, he doesn't have feet.
No,
he has feet, but
he has feet, no toes, no
toes. Even though he's not wearing shoes or pants.
It is odd. Oh, excuse me, Parasite. Speaking of Action Comics, because it went on forever. Action Comics Volume 1, still in Volume 1, number 340. They are on over 1,000. You know it's a first appearance. Do we know how we know this is a first appearance of Parasite?
Because his name's on the cover.
Very good.
He's on the cover.
Very good. He's on the cover. It says Power Parasite. His name's on the cover. So that makes this officially a first appearance.
Where do those bricks come from?
Superman's head.
There's no hole behind his head. So where do those bricks come from? That wall is still perfectly flat.
Jim Shooter. Raws are going for $120 high grade. Mid copies are averaging around $38. CGC 9.4s, which is weird. A 9.4 is only going. Oh no, that's not right. It's not $100. That can't be right.
So
it's $1,000. That's missing a zero. It's $1,000 for a 9.4.
Oh.
PGX 9.0.
That makes more sense. Like, hold on.
So much more sense. Wait.
Why did the cat cover or the cat people?
1,000. $1,000 for CGC 9.4. PGX 9.0, however, I don't know who the fuck paid $475 for a PGX 9.0. Because I'll be honest with you, I think like a CGC 9.85 was going for something like $400, $500, something.
Maybe they eyeballed the book and just thought, hey, it looks pretty nice. Maybe we can get a 9.
PGX is like, it's like if you didn't know anything about comics and you just had plastic cases and a printer, and you printed stuff off, and it's like EGC.
Work out of your garage.
Yeah, work out of your garage. Cat
Have
pisses on your
cats.
books. Yeah.
It's like buying a fruit cup at a gas station instead of a.
It's what BK buys. It's what BK buys. Yeah, I would too. Anyways, I just was surprised.
What was that other one you boys did on the
EGC?
EGC?
It smelled like fucking.
If you want a raw copy that's not super high grade, and then you buy a PGX sometimes, I mean, that's, you can crack it and you got a raw copy. I mean, that's
but you could buy a raw copy mid-grade for $38.
Yeah, that's
$38 then at that point.
All right, so there's a newer version of
what is that?
The last version of Parasite still. This is the kind of the version
face kind of looks like that now.
Son, yeah, kind of
like
saw there. This is the lenticular cover error. People don't sell this book at all, but somebody sold a 9.8 recently graded. Now the regular raws aren't selling, but a 9.8 lenticular cover.
DC villain books. This was during Villains United and
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. So this is the new version of his DC. New version. His CGC 9.8 for $59. So
they printed so many, yet people bought so few.
Yeah, you know what? Does it surprise anybody that BK is the only person who would defend PGX?
I just noticed that. I missed that. Like this is. I know you put this up.
I actually am surprised.
I'd like to leave this up here for a second, just to. I can. Yeah. Wow. He has a lot of hot takes, but wow.
No, this is a gas station hard-boiled pickled egg in a bag. In a bag. Okay, that's what that is.
Oh, gas station hard-boiled egg.
That's gross.
That's bad.
All right. And that's it as Pete takes off. And that sucks because we need Pete for our next section. Our next segment are going to be tips and tricks to what not to say when you're trying to get a deal at Comic-Cons. Let's see if we can pull this up.
I wanted to talk about that New Mutants annual 2.
Annual what?
Annual 14?
14? Yeah. Volume 1, annual 14? Yeah, there's 2. You're right. Volume 1, annual 2.
Yeah, I thought it was 14, but it's 2.
14 is the other one. That's the one that's got what's her name in it?
Is that a blue cover?
Because
this book I like. Yeah, it's 2. Yeah, I like this book a lot because you can see the difference when you're buying this book or you see this book. There's sometimes you'll see it and the colors are like super vibrant, like that pink, like really, really stands out. So it like makes the whole cover looks really nice. We went back to talk about this book while we were
what happened? We went backwards.
Oh no, we're gonna go into the tips and tricks for whatever, but he wants to talk about this book real quick.
So we were just talking about this for a second.
Okay.
So this is a really hard book to find and like really high grade because of square brown. And then even if you get a high grade book, the colors vary, like the pink. And it's not just because of being on display in light. Like even I think it's a printing thing.
Oh, it's a printing thing. Yeah,
probably had super vibrant pink, and then as the print run went on, the later.
But I think that's why the dollar amount on the graded fell off a lot too, is because people are like, "What the fuck is this? There's no way this is a CGC 9.0." You probably switched it out.
The color isn't as good.
Oh, so it is. Plus, with Parasite on the
also too, people have a very hard time of grading square brown. Like they have a very hard time with square brown books. They don't understand.
They're hard to press for people, and they
so they don't understand that. Like they'll try to press and do everything else, and they'll be like, "Why?" And it's like because it's square bound, dummy.
If you want to treat it like $240 worth of pudding, you can. I mean, that's up to you.
All right, we can move on. I just wanted to mention that about the pink in this book because I've noticed so many different variations on that.
Well,
also, I wonder if anybody's going to get that pudding reference because that's a. I think it was a deep cut that I pulled up.
Yeah, I lost it.
But with that, you ended with Parasite with your.
He did end up with.
I threw a DC book in there at the end because, like I said, I was going to do the thing about.
Well, because I was getting my dollar bin ready for tomorrow if I could do it, and I did grab Space Cabbie out of there because.
Oh, nice.
Space Cabbie showed up.
That was kind of fun. Yeah.
I mean, granted, his first we can't do, but there's other Space Cabbie appearances.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
But anyway,
you can do some of the early books too for the other thing too without spoiling.
I could. We'll see. I still got to try to get it done in a short amount of time because. As you guys can see, it's Wednesday night. I'm here doing this. So if I get you a show tomorrow night, it's whatever I can get done in the morning.
All right. Well, here we go. We're still gonna get into books. We have a little scavenger hunt. Little.
What do you want to do
we're
first?
calling
Do you want to do the hunt?
No,
or
we'll
do you
do
wanna
we'll do the high to buy books first because we need to do this. This is a PSA. But after that, we're gonna
High to buy. I don't get it.
what?
Oh,
No, go ahead. I'm just trying to keep going.
Oh, the five tips on what not to say.
Yeah, I don't have an intro.
When you want to buy books, when you want to get a deal.
Go into
but
it.
we got two things. So we got that still, and then after that, we're not going to do tier list because we didn't have enough time for it this week.
No, we don't need it. We don't need it.
So what we're going to do after that is we put together. Originally, it was going to be like using under the radar books to hunt at the con, but you guys already know the under the radar books. You're already over there writing down on your notepad. So we decided to go a different route. We're going to do a scavenger hunt. We're going to put me and Dub on a scavenger hunt at Motor City Comic Con, see how many of these books we can snag up. But first, before we do that, we need to discuss how to talk to dealers because we're not like other places that just copy stuff, paint it, re-put it out there. We tell you the facts here. And we heard something that disturbed us. Dub, if anybody comes up to you at a closing of a comic book convention on day 3 and goes, hey, you know what, man? I know it's day 3, so you might as well give me that book up for 50% off. What do you say to that?
Bye, Felicia.
Okay. All right. So let's get into Comic-Con's dough. Last day discounts. That's the first one. You can say what you want, but at that point on the last day, the con either went 2 ways. Dub, what are the 2 ways a con can go?
The good con or a bad con, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Right. And at that point, do you give a shit?
I don't.
You're packing up either way.
I want to pack up and I want to get out.
You are going to want to.
If there's someone who's seriously thinking about getting some stuff, sure. At the last con that happened. I mean, I spent 10, 15 minutes after the show working with this guy, and we made something happen. But
yeah, but you're not going to have a low ball off. You're not going to.
There's no low ball. No, if there's low ball offers, I'll see you later.
I'll be honest with you. You have a better shot of coming in early, finding a way to get into the con early, and making low ball offers early on before the con even opens.
Yeah,
scoring
that would make more sense
than you do coming in the end. Because the last day you try to get a last day discount, son, there ain't no discounts. It does not matter. Good night. See you later. I'm done. The con either went really well for me or went really shitty. And if it gone shitty, I ain't got time for you. And if it went well, strippers and hookers and cocaine are waiting, my friend. So I ain't got time for you either.
Yeah, there's no. None. This is a bunch of crap. Like this does not happen.
I don't know anybody this works with, to be honest with you.
Nope. Especially when you got the same guy who keeps coming back. He was there Saturday morning, then he was there Saturday at the end of the day, then he was there Sunday morning. Come on, man. Come on. The show's almost over. Do it now. And nope.
Yeah, now you're gone.
White Shroot.
You know what?
Here's why
you sale anymore. This book is not even for sale.
Not even for sale. I've done that before. It's not for sale anymore. Have a nice day. You can't buy this book. And here's what I'll tell you. And not everybody's as blunt as me, but do believe that these guys will not only remember who you were if you try to pull this shit and not give you a discount the next time they see you on any day, but they'll tell everybody too. Mm-hmm. And everybody knows who you are. So I just go ahead and do it, but I wouldn't do it, dude. It's not going to go good. All right. What's up next, Pete? So that's number 5.
Yeah. Well, I didn't number them, but yeah, that's our first one.
That's our first one. Yeah, they're not numbered. Oh my God. Okay. So this is Ben.
Hey, can I've never seen that book in person. Can I take a picture?
No, they don't say that. They don't say it like that. That's not even how they say it. We're not running hands-on museums, right? Like, I understand if there's like a book you haven't seen and you want to take a picture and you want to say, hey, man, do you mind if I take a picture and put this out on IG or whatever? Fine. But since IG and TikTok, what we are seeing a lot more is not just asking for, we're seeing people paying for VIP passes and then walking up to your booth and going, can I see that book? Can I see? And then, okay, cool. Can I see that book? Oh, I've never seen that book again. Can I see that book? Can I see that book? And you'll put up 10 to 12 and you'll give it to them and they'll look at it. Do you want to take it out? We're cool, whatever. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. And they put it all back. They'll take some pictures. They'll do whatever. They have no intention about it. This isn't a hands-on museum, dude. I understand if you want to look at one book.
Museum.
Yeah, I understand. If you want to look at a book you've never seen before and say, excuse me, do you mind? I've never seen that book. Can I see it? Do you mind if I take a picture? We're cool. But motherfuck, if you're going to sit there and have me on a damn ladder going on all the books that are up top, but you know they're up top just in case your sneaky butt tries to come behind and touch them. They're all the way up there so that you can't touch them. But you think I'm going to take that whole row down because you paid an extra $20 or whatever the shit you paid to get in there to not spend any money? Nah, because I'll remember who you are too.
Adjacent to the picture taker guy is the guy who, like you said earlier, is the guy who will go and reach around and try to grab it down themselves from your
the
wall.
reach around guy.
Oh yeah,
don't do that. That guy.
Don't do that.
That guy, absolutely not. This is funny because when we were talking about this, I went and asked my wife because she does shows with me, and so like I'm like, what do you think is like that would go on this list? So that was one, and the other guy that goes along with this is the one who wants to look at. Oh, can I see that book on the wall there? Looks at it. Oh, you want to take a look at it? No, I have one of these at home, so I just wanted to see if it was how good it was compared to mine.
What? Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna get to that later. We're gonna get to that.
Oh,
later.
I'm sorry. I thought it was.
But here's the deal with here's the deal with this guy, and this is why you shouldn't do it, because you are going to come during Sunday or the day before that, and you're gonna try to buy $100 worth of books, because that's usually what you spend. Well, that's not what you spend, but you're gonna try to buy $100 worth of books, and you're probably gonna try to buy it for half price or $60. And to be honest, depending on how the show's going, as long as it's not going too good or too bad, well, maybe if it's going good, fine, but maybe not too bad, I probably would sell it to you. Actually, scratch that. Dub, I'd sell that shit to you because fuck it, that's how I roll, because I'm just stupid like that. But if you make me do that, I won't forget you. And since you treat it like a hands-on museum, my books are now hands-off. And there's only one price on all those books. And it's full price. It's full price. Yeah, so don't do that. Like, hey, if you want to take one picture and ask or whatever, one book, fine. We expect that. We don't care.
Right.
But like, I hate when people are like, oh, what are you doing running a museum here? No, bitch. You just can't afford the books, and stop touching them if you can't afford them. So this ain't a hands-on museum. All right. What's up next?
All right. You know what? It's been a long con. I've been walking around. I bought a lot of stuff. You seem like you're kind of slow, so I'm going to take a break and spread all my shit out.
Holy shit.
Put my bag down on top of your boxes.
I will tell you this.
Maybe have my lunch.
There is nothing I hear more the complaint about an asshole who spreads himself out across multiple long boxes from customers. A guy that just puts his book bag on 2 fucking boxes. He's got his bag of other bullshit, probably donuts or fucking pickles.
Probably like the free stuff, the swag.
Yeah, or the free shit. Right. He's got the swag shit someplace else. And he's taking up 4 or 5. He's leaning with 2 elbows. So he's really taking up. Dude, do you know how much that table costs in space? That table probably is about $300. Just that table that you're taking up is about $320.
To be fair.
As a seller, not just a buyer, as a seller, I'm with the buyers on this one. Don't make yourself at home. This ain't your fucking house.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. As a seller, yeah, you definitely don't want this. As a buyer, what the dude is doing, he's fighting a bear is what he's doing. He's making himself big.
No.
So this way he doesn't have a guy coming up.
That's bullshit. No. And
on this side of him.
Hold on now. Hold on now. As buyers hate. It's okay if you do one box. No, I'm not saying crush somebody. Dub, you'll say this too. How many times have you seen Make Your Space Guy? We're not saying take over 1 box or 2 boxes. That's fine. What we're saying is guy that takes over small. He's doubling out here. He's cutting everybody off. There's a line of 5 guys there being patient, rolling their fucking eyes while this guy's one fucking every book, right? Don't do that because you're not getting a deal. And I'm going to the guys, hey, sorry, guys, please hold on for a second. Hopefully this guy moves his pace. I've told guys before, like, hey, dude, you know what? Get your shit, get out. And then 3 guys who don't know each other had taken up the same amount of space as he did. So if 3 people can comfortably, without making you smell what their butt hair smells like, take over space, don't do that because they hate you and I hate you. Dub?
I disagree with absolutely nothing that came out of your mouth just now.
Yeah. I understand overcrowding somebody, Pete. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about.
No, we're talking about, like you said, laptop over here, and then your drink over here, and then your book bag over there. You're just blocking, and you're spreading yourself out.
And you're trying to spread yourself out, and your butt hair's hanging out, and you're farting, crop dusting everybody.
There's two different kinds of this guy. There's one who like is maliciously doing it so other people don't get to the boxes before him, like possibly what Pete was talking about. And the other guy who's completely oblivious
of what
he's doing.
No clue.
Yeah. Hey,
the whole con is your playground.
Right,
buddy.
exactly.
Well, and I get that because there are some people who I mean, dude, if you're digging into dollar box, you don't need to take that much time looking at every book. Like if you're looking for 9/8 in a dollar
but
box,
also too, like no offense, you're not the only person.
If you're not doing this speed going through a dollar box, you don't need to go through the dollar box.
Well, you don't need to take up 6. And here's the other thing:
you don't do the. I'm going to pull up and look at every.
But even if you don't do that, the speed is not as big of a thing. The thing is, like,
it is for the other people waiting.
Well, the other thing too, but it's not one box. If you're going through one box or 2 boxes, fine. But if you're taking up a table or half a table, like, no offense, you're not the only. It's not like this isn't a line where it's exclusive to you. It literally, we set it up so that multiple people can come up. And now you're fucking my business. And you're fucking the people over there. So when you come to me and ask for a discount, guess which discount you get? The price is what the price is. For you, the price is what the price is.
Yeah.
And by the way, you better play double. All right, what do we got next?
Up next, we have.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh,
I wouldn't give a shit, really. To be honest with you, I wouldn't give a shit, really. But you better watch out because we got shooters and they care.
I've been all around this con today, and it's I'm not finding the books that I'm looking for, or I'm finding everything that I'm looking for.
Okay, this isn't a bar. Let me tell you this.
My life story. Can you have time?
This ain't a bar. I'm not a bartender. I don't give a shit if your wife left you. I don't care that your dog ate your homework or your wife ate your comic book shop or your dog ate your wife's comic book shop. I don't care. I don't know you. I haven't met you before.
Paramedic right now. I don't care if you're a law enforcement right now. I don't care what your job.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit that the other vendor. By the way, don't gossip. Don't gossip about the other vendor because guess what? I know that guy, and you don't know what deal he gave me. You don't know that we just ate dinner together. You don't know that guy, because I didn't have tape for something, or that I didn't have fishing wire, or that I needed something, he took care of it. You didn't know that guy helped me get to the spot that I needed.
Notes and a marker, maybe.
Yeah, post-it notes. Thank you. Fuck you, Dub. Thank you. All the time. Appreciate it. Yeah, post-it notes and a marker. You don't know that somebody tried to take over 2 feet of my real estate, and that person kicked their shit back on their side. You don't know what happened. So definitely don't come to me with your woe stories of somebody else's shit. I don't want to hear it. If we don't know each other and we've never done business, this ain't a tip after situation. This is a tip before situation, motherfucker. You better have bought something and have a relationship. When I'm telling people to smooze with people, that's, hey, how you doing? How's your con going? Care about what they're doing. I don't want to hear your problems. If you want to tell me your problems, cool. The price is what the price is. And you better pay before you tell me your problems because I ain't trying to hear it. I didn't take this day off. I didn't take the weekend off. I didn't set all this up. I'm not going there on a Thursday to hear your problems on a Friday because your problems ain't my problems. You know what I'm saying? Dub, am I wrong?
Nope, 100%. Like, I don't want to hear. I mean, you can come and talk to me about whatever comic it is or whatever character you're looking for. I'll talk all day about books. I'll talk about, Turtles. Apparently, my wife likes to talk to people about Thanos.
Yeah.
They'll come and talk to her all about it, but it doesn't matter. Like, come and talk to the book. Come and talk about the book. Come and talk about the show. Come and talk about.
Come and talk about all that stuff. That's good stuff.
All those things.
All
good. But I don't want to hear whatever problem you just had. I don't want to hear that somebody, screwed you over about this, that. Nope. I don't want to hear it.
Don't want to hear it.
Even matters.
Don't want to hear it. Don't want
like you said. Don't come in here bad mouthing other dealers.
Definitely don't do that.
I don't want you around me because what are you going to do with the next guy that you're going to go talk to?
By the way, you don't know that guy's probably my friend.
Right, exactly.
I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. If you go to a con in the Midwest, but even on the East Coast, you got a better than 50% chance. In the Midwest, you've got probably a 90% chance you're talking to a friend of mine. Like somebody I've broken bread with, somebody I enjoy hanging out with, I talk to every once in a while. If you go to the East Coast too, probably at least better than 50% chance you are.
As long as they don't have brightly colored pants.
Or mascot.
Or an ascot. Those two
Ooh.
guys. Yeah, those two guys
It's
can go
the
fuck
cravat.
Oh, okay.
Cravat.
But besides and the guy that like licks his finger while he's eating garlic pizza and slams. But that's like I said, 75% chance. It's the other 25%.
Right.
Or not, or 10%. Really, it's really only like 4 people. But like, like odds are that they did like we know each other, or at least we're kind to each other. You know what I mean? Because like when you do the con circuit, which I don't do it as much as I used to, but like, bro, you see these guys every weekend and girls, man. Like, you kind of got to get along because
you got to get along, and it's in your best interest to help them out. Hey, I'm looking for such and such book. I don't have it. Hey, but my buddy Tim, I saw he had one on his wall. Let me show you where his booth is, or go 3 aisles over and 4 booths.
And by the way, we'll probably help you out. And if you bring them there, they'll usually hook the person up a price if they like you as a vendor. So like, you know what I mean? Well, like, don't do that. It ain't a bar. I don't want to hear all your personal. And I don't want to hear about how your wife fed your comic books to your dog. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Or that your mom threw it out.
Oh yeah, I used to own that book. My mom threw it all away. Da 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 da. All right, what's the next one?
Our last one. You know, I like this book, but I was checking eBay for prices, and I think this really should be like $10 less.
Do you know who works for me? I work for me. That's it. Yeah. Y'all don't work for me.
But the last
I don't want to hear, hey, since you don't work for me, I don't want you pricing my books.
A guy bought one over at the other table yesterday.
Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. You ain't, hey, you don't work for me. Don't price my books. Don't try to reprice my books. Don't tell me how to sell my books. Don't tell me any of that shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Do you want the book or do you not? Now, if you're saying, hey, man, look, I looked on it up in the last sale on PG or the last sale on Go Collect or
there was a PGX sale for $4.99.
No, you can tell me that. You can tell me that. I don't mind. I don't mind that. But if you come in and be like, wow, man, that book's really high. Or as Dub said early, and I mean, you didn't even look at it. You didn't take it out. You didn't. But you look at the thing and go like, okay, I see that book. Sure.
Well, because you know what they're going to do.
No, I just wanted to see what the price is because I want to make sure that I was pricing it right.
They're going to try to tell you about bad pricing on other books before they get to the book that they're actually interested in. And to try to get you, oh, well, come on.
No, but like also too, like you don't work for me. Like, why are you comparing my prices to what you're about to price? If you're about to price something, don't use me. Go look it up on the internet or do some other stuff. Like, we don't know that. Like, don't tell me how to do it. Don't tell me like, oh, you know what you should. This is the fucking thing. Hey, you know what you should do? You should make it easier so that I can get to your wall.
Because I want to grab my books with my feet.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? Do you have any of these books? Yeah, I'm sorry, we don't have them right here. You know what you should do? You should just go and bring those boxes in. That's what you should have brought in. Oh, really? Cool. Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for that. Oh, dude. Hey, you know what? Like, I see that book on the wall. Like, I think I've seen one. It's exactly like it. It's like $100 less, though. Why do you you should price that lower. Oh, cool. Hey, you really underpriced this book. I saw one over there. It was like 3 times the price of this. Like, I don't know if you know that, but you could have made a lot more money off of this book. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks a lot for that, dude. Appreciate your opinion. Thanks for working. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, then you know what it is? The price of the book is the price of the book.
That's what it
now, if you ask me, like, hey, man, like, this is a really good price on the book. Is everything good with it? Is like, I might just say, yeah,
I don't understand the mindset of saying things like that. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you trying to do?
Dude, we hear it all the time.
I know. I get it. I understand it. But I'm saying, it's like, what are you trying to do? By going to a dealer saying, man, you really underpriced this book. Like, are you trying to ingratiate yourself with the dealer?
Right.
By pointing, but you're going to buy it for less? How's that going to help? Or you're not going to buy it?
I think they think that's smoothing. Like, I don't. No, I mean, you've heard it before, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and this isn't like we heard it like a month. This is like they're going all these things I just said.
Thing that you hear.
All this thing I said, all of them. We're hearing at least them multiple times this weekend.
Like this is a collectibles market. This isn't like fucking Whirlpool, dishwashers are on sale at Best Buy this week, where MSRPs are the same across the board, and you got no. the dealer who's selling you books, he knows what he paid for the book. He knows
Right.
where he's going to make his money.
Right.
He's priced it to a point.
Right.
He's already
Yeah.
going to make his money, so it doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
That's kind of it. You don't work for me. I know what I pay for the books. I know what I'm trying. Am
I
I trying to get rid of this because I have a better copy, a couple better copies? Am I trying to get rid of this because I just bought $3,000 worth of a $3,000 collection and I need to get my cash funds back up? Like whatever my situation is, you don't work for me, so you don't have to worry about it. Either buy the book or don't. Yeah. Either buy the book or don't. And like definitely don't tell me like about what you would do, how you would set it up, or how somebody else is doing.
And Damien, and me, I don't go to tons of cons. I've said this multiple times. I'm not a haggler. I look at a price. It's either good or it's not. Yeah, I might say, hey, can you do better on this? Or what can you do? If I grab a bunch of stuff, I might try to do some sort of half-ass haggle. But when I do that, in my mind, I'm already willing to pay the price that's listed on everything that's in my hand.
Dude, I don't
want to
mind.
buy it because
Dude, John,
I've already done the math.
These aren't new people to collecting. These are people who watch YouTube videos or something else, and they like this is not.
They think they know better.
They think they know better. They think they like. I've like Dub can attest because I think he was there when I told the one dude, "Hey, my man, I'm not getting a book off the wall for you. You can't look at my dollar bins. You can't look at any of my bins because none of these books are for sale." And he goes, "Well, what are you doing at con?" I go, "Oh, I'm going to sell these books." And he goes, "You just said they're not for sale." I go, "No, they're not for sale to you, motherfucker. You cannot buy any of these books." And then he tried. It's a longer story, but we can talk about it. But yeah, I mean, like that's like it. Like I'm
say that for after hours.
Yeah, I'm very okay with a lot of stuff. I'm probably maybe I'm giving myself too credit, Dub, so you can. But I'm usually pretty like. How would you explain it? Nonchalant.
Yeah, like pretty laid back with what it is. You'll talk to people about whatever until they like do some of these things that are on the list that we're talking about. Like there's a guy who comes around to like every show in around here, tall guy with curly hair, and
he licks his fingers a lot. He slammed my books one time when
hey guy, how you doing? Hey guy,
like
and
garlic
talking
pizza
like that
eating
all the
motherfucker.
time, and then he'll try to haggle with you on like this is priced like $12, and he'll like, oh, will you take 11 for it? Or will you take no? Especially not that guy. Like
that guy
yeah.
used to own a shop, and every time I buy a book at his store, he'd be like, "Oh, I can't believe you got this. Is what this price is." I'd be like, "Listen, my man, the price is what the price is.
I'm paying the price on your sticker. Yeah, I'm paying what you asked for."
Dude, no, this isn't underpriced. But I'm not going to argue with you at the cash register. Is this the price or not? Well, yeah, I guess you can buy it for that, but we definitely should have priced it up more. Bitch, I don't work for you either. Not my problem. Yeah. That shit ain't my problem. I would buy it if you price it up more, but like not. But yeah, I mean that guy. That last time he slammed my book, I was like, you could take that pizza, shove that thing up your ass, and then shove the other piece of that my books you just smashed because I ain't giving you a dime for them, and then you can eat that shit too. Yeah, I mean, so that's number 4. Okay, four guys. Yeah, but like, no, and then the trader also is out. But but yeah, like it just is like I don't care about a lot of things, but when you start doing these things, and I guess some of it's like smoozing, and like if you want to, but here, so then we gave you the don'ts. Here's a couple things. Just ask the people, like, and I'm okay with almost always giving a discount. Very rarely will I not give if you ask for something. I will always say my technique is this. This is how easy it is. All right, man. What do you want to offer? Don't go like, I don't know. What's your offer? Bitch, you see the price. That's my offer.
What's the best you can do?
Yeah. You see my price. That's the best I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your offer. Okay.
I'll let you know if I can take it or not.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I can take it. If not, I'll be like,
what's the lowest you will take for it?
The price on the sticker.
The price on the sticker.
Yeah, that's a.
But like, let's say it's $200. I know I'm only into the book for like $20, right? And you go like, what's the lowest you take? I don't know, man. What are you thinking? Like, well, I like it. Da 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 da. You know, it's got this. Cool, man. I know what's wrong with it. We're good. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking like 150, and I'll be like, man, I'm probably around 165. And if they're like, that's a little bit too much. Look, dude, 160. Let's call it. Get out of here. Go ahead.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's easy.
I'm not going to rake you over the coals. And by the way, if you go then like, No, I want it for if I go 165 and you're like 155, I'll be like, dude, 160. You buy the book, you don't buy the book, we're done. Because I'm not going back and forth. I mean, I know some guys do. I know some guys do.
50.
Yeah, no, bro. Pete, I threw a guy out for that before.
All
He
right,
got so pissed. He got
My
so pissed.
final offer.
And I said, hey, dude. Hey, now it's marked up double price. So you either pay double price, nothing.
And the rest of my orange Tic Tacs.
Oh my God. The one guy wanted to give me 35 cents on like a $600 book. I was like, I'm not splitting. No, let's just meet in the middle. It'll be $612.35. Get the fuck out of here. No. $650 it is.
You know, I want to address something John asked earlier. Like, you know, what if it's a new person? If somebody wants to come and talk to me and ask me questions and ask me what it is and what you know, this is a third printing, this is the first printing, this is whatever. I will 100%. I will talk to you. I will tell you what this is.
Yeah.
I will have that conversation with you. I will spend whatever time you need, as long as there's not 12 other people waiting to ask me questions.
I don't haggle either.
I will talk to you about it. I will, if you need a little quick education on what this is, or if you want to tell me something about that book that you think, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. You know, like I know what books I have on there. And I mean, if it's an X-Men book, you probably can tell me whatever, because I'll believe you, because I don't know. But everything else, it's you know, I'll talk to you about it, and we can. And especially if you're new at collecting, I'll tell you, you know, I'll talk to you about whatever. And if I don't have the book, like I said, I'll lead you somewhere that can find it, or somebody that might have it. Hey, my buddy Daggett over there's got it. Talk to him, and he's got a whole bunch of new books all laid out in front of his table. You'll be able to find that there pretty easily. He's got it there. Like I do that, like at least. Yeah, I tell them at least I say that at least 10, 20 times a day at any con that I'm at to go over there.
I'll sometimes walk people over. I'll sometimes walk
if I can, I will. You know, go.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Compared to my booth all the time.
Here's the deal with this comment right here. I don't like to haggle either, but some people do. Like I'm not. But just saying you don't like to haggle doesn't mean like, hey man, can I ask for a little bit off the book? Like I'm cool with that. Like. I'm okay with it, but there's like two parts. Like when I'm buying a book, I know the price I'm going to buy the book for, and I don't haggle on that either. So if I say like, "Hey man, what's the best you can do on? Is there any room in this to give?" Yeah, man. And they come back with, "Yeah, man. Well, what do you think? Like, what's your best?"
Yeah, well, the point being, like you said, you already know the price you're going to spend. So if the guy has it listed for $300, but you don't want to pay more than $150, you're not going to tell him, "Hey, take that book down. Will you take $120 for it?"
No, I'll ask him if there's room first. If he says there's room, I go, because then before he even takes it down, I go like, I'm around this. I'm going to tell you, I'm at 150. And then I'll tell them that's it though. I'm at 150. If you as a buyer and the seller says where you're at, and the dude comes back and you say 150, and the dude says 160, you're okay with saying, man, 150 is the best I can do. You asked me how much it was, and I won't take offense to that as a seller. I'll be like, all right, fair enough. I can either do it or I can't. But if you're like, oh man, what's your best? What's my best? I'm like, okay, we can do this. And then I ended after one round of quote negotiation. I don't think that's haggling. If you get past one round, that's when haggling starts, and I don't haggle. Right? You get an offer.
Yeah. So if you're selling a book, you have it listed for like $300, let's say. Right. And this guy's, I give you 150. Like you're not even going to counter.
I go, look, man, the best I could do on 150 is if it's 300 is 210. That's where I'm at. If he comes back with, what about, let's split the difference. No, we're not splitting the difference. Then the best I could do is 220. But if it comes down to like, it's like a $200 or $300 book and he offers 220 and I'm like, look, my man, I'm closer to 260. And he goes like, man, what do you think about 245? I'm going to be like, yeah, all right, cool. We're good. You know, I mean, that's fine. But like, if you're not coming, you can for me at least. I mean, I know some guys like to haggle back and forth for a fucking hour, but for me, there's an offer.
I think what Marv is the point.
I mean, that's it right there.
How you do it too.
That's it.
It's like you come up with this attitude that the seller has to give you a deal. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get that deal.
Oh, dude, I've had buyers. I've had
work with somebody.
I've had sellers get mad at me before because I've been like, when they ask, like, no, come on, what's your final? What's your best price? And I give it to them, and then they try to up it, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm good. And like, and they're like, that's it. And I'm like, Yeah, you asked me what my best was. I gave you the most amount.
Yeah,
of
I'm
money
not here to play a game. I told you this is what I pay.
You want best? We got best.
I'll pay you. I'll pay you $40.
Just buy it. Here you go.
You want 80? I don't want to pay 80.
Yeah, I don't like the haggling that much.
So I'm not dancing at 60. I said 40 because
I mean, you just can't be mad if you don't get the book. Like that's the whole thing. Don't be mad. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't matter so much if you get it or if you don't. Like books are. I mean, I know it's easy for me to say, but books are what they are. All right, let's get into So next up, speaking of that, so now we're going to be the buyers. Oh my God, this is going to give me a headache.
Oh, this is going to be something.
Yeah. So here we go. Comic-Con Scavenger Hunt. I didn't want to do this at all. I just wanted to put dollar bin books on here. Maybe get like 10 books that were dollar bin books and 10 books that were like under the radar. But then Pete said, no, we need to do themes. And then he wanted to give examples. I was like, no, we're going to get
we went from everything from bingo cards to the list to.
We did go for bingo cards. I said, I kind of want to do something like a bingo card, but not a bingo card. So then Pete instantaneously saw bingo and goes, okay, we're going to do a bingo card.
Yeah, I made a bingo card. I started it.
Yeah. And I said, this is terrible.
Actually.
And then I made it so that it would be like some things that we could easily, like we put in tiers of different topics. And I actually like this because we can use it at different times. So we're going to do topics. We're going to switch some of them around and then give 3 books. And we're going to try to get at least one of the 3 books in each one of these topics and see if we can bring them back by the end of the
I had originally tried to keep it as open-ended as possible. So you could have
I didn't want
however
that's
you wanted
so hard.
to. Margot didn't want to do that.
No,
so
because
you're getting the 6 from the 3.
That just gets
all right.
too hard.
So
you guys can play along.
Recap. Yeah. What we're doing is we're going to go through different topics and you're going to give us a number of books. And we have to try to find those books. 3 books. Yeah. So if are we buying these books? Is that
we got to find at least one book.
And buy it.
They're all, these are all.
Well, that's because like Pete was suggesting books. I'm like, bitch, I don't want to buy that book. Like,
I can't just go to the guy and take a bunch of pictures of his books.
No, you got to buy it.
Yeah,
well, I'm going to have a cam.
We intentionally went with, these are affordable. These should be affordable books, cheaper books.
Yeah, so everybody can do it. So not just us.
So if you guys want to play along,
if I'm gonna go and if I'm buying these books, the best
we're tag teaming. Me and you together.
We're going. I'm gonna talk to the guy or lady who's selling the book, and then what I would do is, can you give me a better deal, or will you take this for it? But if I would offer cash.
Well, this is the other thing with Pete's original idea. He's like, hey man, because some of the books he's going. Hey, I go, hey Pete. For this to happen, all I would do is I'd make a call. I'd make 3 phone calls ahead of time. Be like, "Yo, bro, I'm looking for like these 10 bucks. Could you just bring them to the con? I'll pay you for them." And that would be the end of the search. Like we won't be searching because the books aren't like books you search.
I want you searching. I want you. Looking.
So then we change it to this
hunting.
Way.
Yeah.
You'll see how this rolls.
All right, so let's get this started, and just so the people we can talk.
Dude, I love Jen.
We can talk about it as we go.
I forgot to call her back.
But first things first.
You're right.
Everything. I want a G.I. Joe first appearance.
Yeah, so G.I. Joe first appearance. We've talked about this a bunch. It's been on our topics a lot. You guys are enjoying them. So let's get into G.I. Joe first appearance. So let's see what couple books.
Initially, I was just going to leave it at that. And then this way, Marco, Dub, you can find whatever first appearance you want, qualify for it, and be fine. But
Marco, but I think that's too open-ended. I think we need to get something like look for at least.
So you had some ideas. So Marco gave me 2 options. For all of these 10 categories, we have 10 categories, by the way. Marco gave me 2. I came up with a 3rd. Except, well, actually, that's not true. The final category is all me.
Yeah, because you came up with a category. I think the category sucks.
Yeah. So anyway, first book. Go hunting for your G.I. Joe number 37.
Oh, yeah, Tomax. Yeah.
It's Tomax and Zaymont.
Yeah, Tomax and Zaymont mainly for this one. Not a terrible book. Under $20. You can get it for under $20. And you can buy it in any grade you want.
It's not Flint too, right? Flint showed up before then.
No, I think it's Flint also. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
there's like 5 first appearances in this book. Okay, next up.
That's a solid book.
It's a good book.
The next one you picked
should be a book for a decent price we can find, and you can negotiate on this book. Go ahead. What's up next?
Yeah, the next one he picked a weird book. Like the big Raptor fans out there, you want to get your G.I. Joe with his Birdman.
I was just okay. So this is why I picked this. This is why I picked this book. Because if they go by Key Collector, that's the guy, right? Key Collector, that's the guy with the F thing.
Yeah.
So if they go by Key Collector, this book will probably. This has got a bunch of firsts in it. It's got 3 or 4 firsts in it, but it's a book that I probably would think on that app would be, it would say like $1 to $3 or whatever. So people would probably pass it. Where it would probably overprice the Zomac and Tomar one, and people know who that is, so they'll probably pick that one up. So if you see a run that's picked over, you'd still have a shot at this second book. So that was my thought.
Yeah, the 59. I find this all the time.
Just because, like, I dig a shit ton of these. I was gonna do 14. Go ahead.
14 that's around Destro, and
14 was Destro, wasn't it? Because that's the one I was gonna do. The
12.
cameo Destro. Was that 12? Okay. Was it
It might be
Blood?
12.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Blood. I think it's Major Blood.
I have to see the cover.
All right, so those were your two. My pick for you. I was gonna do Tunnel Rat, but I think he showed up. He might be in this.
No, he's in this one. Tunnel Rat.
Yeah,
All the Jinx and Tunnel Rat.
I was gonna pick Tunnel Rat because you always fucking bring up Tunnel Rat.
Yeah, Jinx and Tunnel Rat. I also did because it's a shit on Pete with Tunnel Rat. So
but then I also wanted to pick a book specifically where the character is on the cover.
No,
because you know how we have to argue about these first
or after
so
this cover.
I picked Beachhead. So 47, get yourself your first Beachhead. There's others in here too. I think Wetsuit or not, whatever that dude's name. There's a couple other dudes here, but Beachhead is the reason why I picked number 47 for your G.I. Joe first appearance.
Yeah.
I was like Beachhead. He's got the
what the fuck is going
ski mask on.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's a reprint, John.
Of what?
The middle one, he said.
No, he's saying there's a black star on it. Huh? Oh, no. We're not talking about the reprint version of it. We're talking about the original version. We just used the picture to show.
Oh, I just might have just grabbed that picture. All right, so our number 2 is a Transformer first appearance. So Marco's first option for Transformers first appearance was Headmasters number 1. Because you just wanted to be able to, you wanted to have me say Headmaster.
That's not the only reason why I wanted to say that. Let me look. I can't remember why I chose.
I don't even remember who the hell is Headmasters number 1.
I can't. Was this the first? Is this first RC? I think this is first RC.
Oh yeah, this might be the time. Yeah,
this is first RC.
That might be right. That might be right. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I assume so because I'm digging for first RC, so I would assume that that's what I. Hey, you could say that, Terry, but it's hard to find some of these books you're looking for anyways. Like, I mean, you should be digging for books, but it's going to be hard to get the books anyhow that you... I mean, it's kind of in the list. Holy shit, we did a lot of work this week.
There's a lot in our chat, if that's what you're talking about.
There's a ton in our chat, yep. All right, what's the second book?
Well, while you're looking up the Headmaster, because I also do got to take a quick pause for a second.
Too, yeah.
So I'm going to let you look at the Headmaster, talk about the Headmaster, while you also talk about a favorite
That's
of many.
what it is. It is what I said.
Dinobots.
Well, that is Fortress Maximus, Chrome Dome, Hot Rod, Cup, Blur, Monster Bots, Technobots, and the Nebulans.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
Lots of first appearances in that Headmaster's book.
Yep. And then Transformer, we got Dinobots. But that's not. Check that one. Check that out. Is that Dino? Is that actually? Because I think there's a cameo before of what's his name.
Oh, I thought that. Yeah, maybe I thought that was the first Dinobot.
First full, maybe. Of Dinobot, sure. What's the Tyrannosaurus Rex? Man, I'm brain farting right now. We're not.
I used to have a 9.8 of that book.
Yeah,
long gone.
But still a very affordable book that we could find. Pete took off on us, so we can't see what Pete's pick is. You know what? You see it more than you think, especially when it's not like in the best of grades.
This book?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. This book in low grade, I see.
Well, low to medium grade, you can find it. You can sneak a higher as well.
It says first full Grimlock, Slag.
Yeah, Grimlock. It's his first full because he came out.
Yeah, Slag, Swoop. You know, all the dialogue.
And technically, I think it is RC's first full in Headmasters. It's either her or it's one of the female ones because
And then since you went with Dinobots to counter that when I picked the book that I'm going to make you look for, I went with the Constructicons and first Devastator in number 10.
Nice.
You guys think this is easy too, but when you start digging, like when people start going through runs, they start tearing up. This is the one thing that's made it harder. That Key Collector, that's what's his name's thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people will just pull that up and they don't care. They'll just pull up they'll just take all these books out of it. just because. Like they don't even care.
Yeah,
So like,
dude, my buddy Keith, who's got a shop, I argue with him all the time. He's like, well, it's on Key Collectors list, so I just pull it. I'm like, yeah, but you don't even know why it's on this list.
yeah.
Like, did you look at it? Like,
So you gotta find somebody who's still got a Transformer run. And by the way, like we're what, 3rd month into the con season? Like you gotta find somebody in the 3rd month of the con season that picked up a Transformer run. So you kind of gotta hope a vendor fucking picked up one pretty recent to get some of this stuff out of here. So it probably, I mean, I don't know where
Terry these are all still cheap. We're not talking about like $50 books here.
Well, that also doesn't have good shit going for it because right now that's what people are buying.
Yeah. But even so, these are still top end pricing, and you're gonna get like $10 to $15.
$10 to $15. We should be all right on them. Yep.
But you should be able to find it for much less, and hopefully
we might come back with a graded version of it.
Get lucky.
Be honest with you.
Number 3, a DC villain first appearance. Which again,
speaking of under the radar, speaking of under the radar, I decided to go with something that I typically search for anyhow. But we talked about Clockmaster,
Clock King.
Or Clock King, yeah. And we did this like 2 weeks ago, Clock King, and everybody laughed at the character because he looked funny. I thought it was great. I also thought this was an undervalued.
No, I was just making fun of Superman appropriating the Aztec.
Oh, that too. I like it. It's a 10 center. It's it's number 111 for World's Finest. So that's kind of cool.
111th birthday.
It's gonna be tough to find that book. That's probably one of my big hunt books this con. So.
But you do have a much easier choice too that you counterbalanced it with.
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm good because I'm going to look for that book. Then I did the newer version, The Dark Knight, number 1 for.
So White Rabbit.
White Rabbit, yeah. Because White Rabbit, I can't remember why.
Is White Rabbit?
No, it's White Rabbit. This is it. This is White Rabbit.
Okay, well, because I know there's the rabbit that's also on the Marvel side.
No, this is the
there's the DC one. Issue 3 has her on the cover, and that's the one everybody likes to get, but she's in this book.
Yeah, and there's like 3 different covers. I think there's 3 prints of this too, maybe.
I'll be right back.
There's tons of colors. Yeah. All right, what was your book for this one?
My book, I also wanted to go, again, I had to pick, I don't want to pick something expensive, so I want something on the cheaper side. And I think a character that a lot of people forget about, because everybody thinks of, Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, they go, Talia. I was like, well, don't forget, he had another daughter. He had Nyssa. So I went with Detective.
It's a good move. I was going to do something like that later on. I chose not to. Yeah, I was going to do like the Logan thing, and I chose not to.
Yeah, all so right. I went with this. I went with Nyssa. I think it's like a Ratco, or she also goes.
You know what sucks about this? Like both of these books, the Batman Dark Knight and that, you say it's going to be easy, but like when people organize the books in the row, these fuckers are like, this is just thrown in randomly. So it's not going to be as easy because you might go.
Yeah, it's not going to be in order. You're going to have to.
Not. Yeah, these aren't like you're going to have to dig.
These are books.
They might be cheap books, but you're going to have to. Yeah, they might be cheap books, but you're going to have to dig to find them. So
yeah, because I was going to do Condiment King, but then it's actually it's harder to figure and like nail down his first appearance, version and all that stuff. So I said,
we did that one time early tack. Yeah.
I know. That's why I was going to go back to that.
Go way back to the old school.
But I said, you know what? I'll go with Nyssa. So I went with Nyssa.
OG stuff.
Our number 4 is an indie first appearance.
I was torn up on a lot of these.
Not DC.
All right.
Well, this had come up. We were talking and we were having our conversation. I brought up that Geiger book that has the red coat in it, but
I hope you put that in there.
It's too expensive, so I didn't put it in here. That book went up. It's like $30-$35 at one point.
Still, that's
you can still haggle it down.
Internet price, I ain't got the price I pay, but go ahead.
No, I know, but you're not going to get it for $1.
Yeah, fair enough.
But if you go digging,
I figured since we were so positive all the time on Rob Liefeld, and there was that run on Youngblood 1 for a while, so a lot of these books got dug out of bins for some reason, and who's replacing this because nobody's buying for this, so people are happy to get rid of it. Youngblood's number 1. He doesn't own the rights to this anymore, right? Does he own the rights?
Yeah, I think he sold them.
He sold the rights to it, so he doesn't have the rights, so I have no problem buying this book. But there you go. I was going to do this, and then I was going to do a McFarlane, but I gave up on the McFarlane.
No, you went a different route.
Yeah.
You went
I went first Rainbow Dash. Believe it or not, for those people that don't know, Friendship is Magic started in like 2010. So ponies in themselves aren't new, but the main characters, they started printing Friendship and Magic in 2012 by Cook and Price. The only reason I think about this is because Tony Fleece is coming, and he did Ponies and Transformers. So my kids are super stoked because they've talked to him before and they want to go see him. But yeah, so Rainbow Dash, because they said they were going to cosplay as, my daughter was going to cosplay as Rainbow Dash, and my son was going to cosplay as Max, Optimus Prime, which if you remember the cover, yeah. So she said that. I was like, okay, cool. Find out what, I was like, when is Rainbow Dash's first? Now, Rainbow Dash is based off of another pony in the OG G1 or G3 pony thing. I don't know. If you guys really want us to get into ponies,
Yeah, we don't want to. You want to pony?
Probably read too much about ponies. But here it is. She's got a cover. There's actually a cover. I think there's 8 different. How many ponies
this is
there?
cover D, I believe.
I think there's. Let me try this. Rainbow Dash, because I just heard this today. I just heard this.
My son used to watch this on Netflix.
Rainbow Dash, Applejacks.
Yeah, Applejack.
Who's the purple one? Twilight Sparkle.
Twilight Sparkle sounds right.
Who's the one? The fashion girl. Is that Twilight Sparkle?
There's
one that's purple and pink, and there's one that's white and purple. The white and purple is the fashion one. I probably can't remember. Did I say Applejacks already?
Yeah, you did. But Applejack's like yellowish.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
The one in the background there.
Shit, I probably shouldn't have done this because I was trying to flex my pony knowledge, and apparently it's not that good because I can only come with 4. But I think there's 5 or 6.
We know a little bit. We know a little bit about a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's 5 or 6 ponies in the original. And they show, and they have like one cover for each of them. Applejacks. Rainbow Dash,
yeah. Twilight
Destiny
Sparkle.
Is Destiny one? It's like a stripper name, Destiny.
Oh my!
What?
I don't remember.
We got Pony on the list.
Yeah,
we're trying. Yeah, we're trying to. His first Rainbow Dash, believe it or not.
You think Pony's bad? I went way off the grid on my pick.
Go ahead.
Just because I like this character.
Buttercup. Okay.
Shadow Man number 8, First Master Dark. I thought he was a badass villain. We had the. I like Shadow Man.
I sell Valiant.
It was like Voodoo. You got the Bayou. We had some jazz going.
You picked terrible fucking books.
Master that's Dark with a Q, right? QUE.
Yeah.
Master Dark. Yeah.
I always liked him as a villain. I thought he was cool.
All right, I'm definitely not looking for that book.
I'm definitely looking for that book.
You can find it for $1.
I'm gonna look for that.
No, we need to look for the My Little Pony books. I think we're gonna get it. Because Youngblood, dude, remember there's that run on Youngblood 1, so I don't know if we'll see.
Yeah, you might have to go and spend. Like, they might be like $5-10 for your Youngblood. You can find your Shadow Man 8.
Yeah, maybe. All right,
number 5. Legacy character first. To explain, like a second generation mutant, a mantle carrier, somebody who takes up the mantle of a prior character.
I thought like Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, or
when they're looking for the new Apocalypse,
offspring, or just somebody who.
When they're looking for the new Apocalypse, this is where I came up with that too, because I was thinking before I even saw Marvel 97, because I think we did this list like 3 days ago. Let's get into it. What the hell just happened to my headset?
Oh well, you had talked about your first one. Oh, he took his headset off now to go and fix it.
X-Force is Genesis, right?
Yeah, it's Genesis, and isn't somebody else in here?
Yeah, but this is because of Genesis.
But it's just because of Genesis. Mostly.
So Apocalypse's son is Genesis and shows up in X-Force number
7.
7, Uncanny X-Force number 7. It's actually a decent book. There's a good variant, I believe, for this one too.
Yeah, no.
But I like collecting these X-Force books and stuff like that, and I definitely like collecting these offhanded mutants. I always thought there was a lot to Genesis. He kind of was like the emo Apocalypse, but then he gets really mad and there's always like he could fucking destroy a bunch of shit. So if you see this book, I'm probably picking up anyway.
Yeah, but this run by Remender, this was actually a good story.
No. Well, we still got gimmicks, BK. So wait.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, because I was gonna do a gimmick.
But this run had like the Dark Angel saga, like showed up. I think in like the teens. I think there was the storyline after this one, and then you had the Omega Red pop back up later on too.
Yeah,
this is a good run. It was a good run.
Yeah, it was a good run. I liked it.
Wolverine and the X-Men number
Kid
1.
Gladiator. It's Kid Gladiator, and Kid Gladiator is taking the mantle for the Gladiator for Gladiator 2. So I assume that they're gonna do that because he's not so much a kid anymore, but he is. So, and this is a very cheap book. If you can find, the problem is if you can find it in good condition, because a lot of times it's fucked.
Yeah, this is Logan, Headmaster Logan.
I actually like this run, dude. Of X-Men and the Wolverines. I thought there was a lot. There's also a lot of first appearances of random characters that they somehow keep bringing it back. Actually, on the cover, if you look where if you look at where Wolverine's right claw is, the furthest claw away, which would be the claw between the fourth finger and the fifth, you actually see Kid.
Yeah, he's back there.
Yeah, he's back there. Yeah, Kid.
He's back in here. He's got the not quite the mohawk. He's got the posts. Now,
all right, what do we got?
I went a different route with this, specifically because everybody buys the regular cover for this book. Everybody ignores the Arthur variant.
Oh, I was thinking about this. Yeah.
It's just nobody buys this cover for the same book because they all want the claws. They want the claws.
That's funny.
They want the claw cover.
We should do that.
And that thing will sell for like $50. Meanwhile, this is like $10 if you don't find it for cheaper than that. So that's why I went with this cover.
Dakin?
Yes, Dakin, whatever the hell you want to call them. Because we were chatting and Marco was like, pick one of Wolverine's offspring. And I'm like, who the hell do I go with? Do I go with Rain? Do I go with...
They didn't bring Gabby.
Razor and Gabby and X-23. Like, I thought about all, but this stuck out to me because, again, everybody ignores this cover.
Yeah, because it's a 2-claw and a 3-claw version as well. So everybody wants... Yeah, so everybody just ignores this one. Again, this is so much cheaper than the other two. Not saying I think it should be more expensive. I'm just saying it's just a cheaper option for the same content, if that's what you're looking for. Plus, for a scavenger hunt, I figure you can find this for cheap because I have found this for cheap. Dakin? Like Da-Ken? Or is that Day-Ken? Like phonetic BK, you gotta like actually do like the full on like words for parts of it. Like if it's day, you got to be D-A-Y. If it's da, then you got to do it D-A-H. Like that's how you do it phonetic. Because otherwise, you're just rewriting it in with a hyphen in there. Is this Soydom?
Yes, this is the Soydom.
Okay. All right, what do we got next?
Our next topic, going to number 6, we have a Dr. Doom cover.
I love Dr. Doom covers.
Some of these might be...
That's all right, because I buy them anyways.
But Doom, because we had Doom number 1 this week, so that's also why this came up. But you went with this classic.
I love this cover. I like this cover.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you're not going to find this for $1.
No. But you can find
a very affordable copy.
You can find an affordable copy of this. A good looking copy that's affordable in $20 range or so. You'll be able to find something. I think I found my last one for $16. It was probably the 7080 type range.
This is issue 84, by the way. If you can't read the tiny little print, it is Fantastic Four 84.
The name is Doom, huh?
I was going to say you also suggested, but actually I suggested this one. This is what they did that Dark Vader, that Vader 1 homage.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite cover of X-Men ever.
Yeah, it's just an awesome cover.
Yeah. The way like
I don't know, it's just something classic about it.
Just like sprawled on the ground because he's dead.
I think that one's a little bit overpriced, but hey, knock it off.
It is. That's why. It could be tougher to find it for a good price because it does have its fans.
Yeah.
And then I also suggested another classic.
Okay.
Secret Wars 10.
Oh.
Just the defiant Doom. He is not going down without a fight.
Not my favorite Doom cover at all.
He doesn't care who's in front of him. But that's why I like this cover. Not because of the art on its own. It's just what this cover represents for Doom.
Yeah.
He'll take on. It's the same thing as that.
You also really love Secret Wars.
No. Think about the book we just read where he's fighting Galactus. He didn't care. He's like, Doom will take on anybody, anytime, any place. Like he don't care. He's ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the essence of Doom.
Oh, that's what you say.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's gonna scrap. Docking. All right, BK. It's docking. Like the band docking.
I don't know.
All right. Our next category, number 7. We have those gimmick covers you were looking for.
There you go, BK.
Gimmick.
What do we got in gimmicks?
Well, you had chosen Chromium. Yes, you could have went Alpha, but you went Omega. So
I went
going with the
Omega
Age of
because
Apocalypse.
2 things. One, Alpha for some reason is I think a little bit overpriced at this point.
Because it's a first. It's the first of it.
And 2, like, I think I've got a lot of covers of Alpha, and I was just realizing that, and I think I need a couple more covers of Omega. So, it's cool.
But then you surprised me by going DC.
What I
would have chosen.
Yeah, I switch it up.
I would have chosen the same gimmick, but a different comic. But since you chose this gimmick, I didn't want to duplicate the glow in the dark cover.
So originally I was going to do Glow in the Dark. I almost did Glow in the Dark Dead Man for Neil Adams because he just came out. But then I was like, well,
what about you got Spectre? You could have done Spectre.
I could have, but then I was like, well, maybe didn't he do a Green Lantern originally? And then I just tried doing Green Lantern Glow, and it wasn't him. So I was like, yeah, well, that's okay because I like this better, and I'm going to try to
Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, Kyle Rayner. I'm going to try to find. I'm really going to try to find the Green Lantern first, but I don't think I'm going to be able to.
But otherwise, like a Ghost Rider 15, like the
Ghost Rider 15. That's what I was really thinking of that, but I didn't want to go Marvel.
I got you. But that's what I would have went with if you didn't go with a glow in the dark DC. So consider you went Chromium and then you went glow in the dark. I thought about Die Cut. I thought about the Bullet Hole. I thought about the Wolverine 25 with the slash marks. But I instead decided to force you to buy a character favorite of mine and just go straight up foil. Not DC foil with those shitty matte looking covers. Old school foil Silver Surfer.
This thing is horrible. This fucker's horrible.
This is like embossed as well, right?
This is embossed silver foil. Because I'm a surfer guy, so I liked it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Leading into Infinity Gauntlet. This is just getting into that story. This was some good times for me as a kid and as a reader.
You or me are not the same because I'm not buying that book.
You're missing out.
No, I'm not
missing out. We still got a couple categories left. We have a classic hero versus hero cover.
Dude, thank God. Original one time me and Pete thought, and then I was like, no, it's too much. We were going to do these lists was going to be about every show, so we were going to do a Chasing Ghost.
Right. Yeah,
oh man, no way.
That
Dollar Bin or whatever.
But then we had to pick specific books.
Yeah, a little bit too much. All right, hero versus hero. This is one of Pete's categories. Let's see what we got, Pete, because I think
what made me think of this, I did not put it in here because it's a classic. I was thinking of like Cap Wolverine, that Zek annual cover is what.
I think I fudged. I think I cheated on the second one because it's. But we'll see.
Well, that's fine. I like this as a good choice. I like this.
I like this one. I like this because there's a couple of these, but I think like when Punisher's almost stabbing him and almost shooting him, I thought this was kind of a good one. Because like there is a storyline where Punisher and Daredevil are fighting. There's also early on
storylines.
Yeah, but this one they came out at the same time because this is 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Daredevil that came out this same month had Daredevil and Punisher fighting on it. But then there was also an earlier version of Daredevil that had Daredevil and Punisher fighting on it. But
I was thinking of the Frank Miller Daredevil Punisher and like
Frank Miller Daredevil Punisher.
Yeah. I thought this one was more like Punisher was trying to make Daredevil smell his armpit.
Kind of.
Smell it.
I just thought it was a funny cover.
Enhanced senses, huh? Smell this.
All right, what's next?
All week, buddy.
What is next?
Me and Microchip. Oh, your next one. I didn't care for this cover. I'm sure you could have found a better face-off between these two.
Actually, it's hard because a lot of them, they don't face off. The ones they face off in the cover isn't a face off.
You just wanted to put a Constantine book in here.
I did. But there's a lot cooler ones where he's on fire a lot, whatever. But they're really not fighting each other in this one. They kind of are because. All right. But yeah, so Swamp Thing.
So you went with Swamp Thing 23.
23,
New
yeah.
52.
Yep.
Constantine facing off against Swamp Thing.
Yeah,
I cheated.
Flowers on the Grave. That was kind of a cheat, though. But
right. You kind of cheated. I also kind of cheated for my pick for you to go and find, because it kind of leads into our next category without being in the next category.
What is it?
I decided to go with a reprint version of an all-time classic because you can find the reprints. I went with the Fantasy Masterpieces #4 version of Silver Surfer facing off against Thor. Again, to make you buy a Silver Surfer.
Not buying that book. Not buying any Silver Surfer book. Nope.
I'm trying.
Good try, though.
Do it.
All right, this is supposed to be a faster show. Us doing this way instead of tier lists. This is turned into a longer show. Yeah, let's see what's next.
Well, number 9, as I kind of teased it, we're doing reprints here. So our next category is the reprint comic, facsimile, second print, Marvel Tales, etc. You set the standard.
Hopefully,
I chose to go one route. I chose violence.
You chose violence, and you decided to go Marvel Tales.
Marvel Tales.
When I said reprint, you went Marvel Tales.
But I wanted this Marvel Tales 3 that's got it's like a smorgasbord of stories.
Yeah, you got Spidey 2, you got Journey of Mystery, Tales to Astonish, you get a Strange Tales.
Yeah. Not a bad one.
Fair enough. I liked your second option too, which is the Marvel Tales reprint.
Marvel Tales, I see. Definitely choosing violence. I did the Punisher read.
I like the red. The red
people
is
actually that book's not that cheap, and people pick it up all the time.
I know it is.
It's gotta be lucky.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
So you gave me 2 Marvel Tales. I could have went second print.
I almost went with the newspaper ones, but there. Go ahead.
I decided to follow your example and follow your lead.
Well, you did put Marvel Tales.
Give you another Marvel Tales.
Oh boy!
But I decided to tweak it to a place where I knew you wouldn't like it. Because if you didn't notice, that's what I've been trying to do with the Silver Surfer.
Things
to kind of make you have to choose some books you might not want. So I gave you a McFarlane Marvel Tales, but he redid the X-Men. This is from that X-Men annual reprint. This is 235. I was hemming and hawing which cover to do, 235, 236.
Yeah.
I went 235 with the McFarlane cover. These also do all right.
See, I'll pick those up. I pick those up because there's a sucker born every minute in Arizona that's willing to buy a McFarlane cover.
You can find these McFarlane Marvel Tales for $1, and somebody will give you close to $10 for them. It's just a fact. So just go dig it. I might even talk about these again on one of these shows. But that's
I like that. I mean, that McFarlane one I might actually buy.
It's X-Men. That's the other. I try to hook you. But make you buy a McFarlane
because you know what I was going to do. Because I've said it 100 times because I do it. I buy the $1 McFarlanes that you can sell for $10 to $15 all day long. And I do that all day.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, last category for the scavenger hunt. I had to choose all of them. An unintentionally funny cover.
I'm single one.
I thought was going to be easier than it was. Then I realized, that Alf book. That shit's expensive. That's hundreds of dollars now. You know that? That Alfred the Seal? It's hundreds.
That's why when you first said that, I was like, do you know that the books you're mentioning?
Rifleman's hundreds.
You mentioned 3 books. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not spending that type of money.
Yeah, the Archie double entendres were expensive. So I almost gave up. If you were our chat back and forth, I gave up like 3 times and said, no, I got it. No, I can't do this. There's like this. I got an inappropriate Superman undressing, and there's a little boy crying. Like there was stuff that I had to go down routes. Would taking us to places we didn't need to go. But I did find, I think, just enough.
What'd you get? Just enough.
Well, once was the one I gave you, just a random example of that Marvel double feater
where it looks like Captain America's taking a crap.
Yeah, or farting because I don't know what that smoke show is going on down there.
He's getting his taint bleached.
I don't know what's going on.
Bleaching the taint.
Something's going down. On the Marvel double feature number 15. This is only a couple bucks. I looked,
but you can find that book. That's an
I'm saying
it's hard to find, but you can get it.
It's cheap, $5 and under. This is not an expensive book.
Yeah.
The kid in me still giggles when I read Giant Sized Man Thing.
I like giant sized man thing.
So I mean, you
But
could
you
pick
just chose a
any
random-
giant sized man thing.
Oh, dude, I laugh. Okay, I'll. Pick
I
a
went
giant-sized
with
man
3 because you have a giant sized man thing coming out of a hole, going after a girl. So like, just all of that.
There's actually a couple
more.
keys in the giant sized man thing, so I'll hunt for them.
Yeah, these are still $10 and under. It's not an expensive book. Now the last one, it's only inappropriate once you see it in the wrong light, and then once you see it, you can't unsee it, and it's just going to be stuck with you. So prepare yourself, because this is a very cheap book.
Oh no!
And Uncanny X-Men 290.
Oh
What
no!
the fuck?
Why the editor didn't notice all these white splashes all over her face, and it's rain, but is it rain?
Oh, it's supposed to be storm.
Yeah. It's rain, but is it? It's bouncing off her chin.
That's kind of gross. You don't need to say more. I hear what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Once it's there and somebody points it out in that light, you go, damn it. Because this is a very cheap book. This is right after, the whole. This is when X-Men was, Jim Lee, not red, blue and gold, when Jim Lee was rolling with the regular title in. Ilse took over.
Is this Portacio?
Yes, Portacio. Just Bukkake cover.
That is a Bukkake cover, my friend.
So that's what I gave you to work with.
Oh, well, people are going to be wondering why the fuck I'm buying those shit-ass books.
We came up with the categories. Here they all are for the scavenger hunt. If
we gotta edit this one out so we can run it down or somehow come up with the slides.
Yeah, if you want to take part, please go ahead. Take pictures on Instagram, tag, post, send them to me directly. We'll figure something out. I'll give you something if you can find all this stuff, for all I care. I don't know
It's
what.
gonna be a fun hunt. We'll see how it works. And by the way, if this works out, then we'll do more of these. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you guys think it's fun, we could do more, because we got more categories and topics. We had to try to figure it out because we had so many firsts, and I'm like, don't do too many firsts. We got to mix in some other options.
We could give other options. Well, so here's part of the problem too. Pete was saying, look, we should let people vote and suggest. And I was like, Pete, they're gonna, like, I don't mind spending $1,000, but if I'm gonna spend $1,000, I'm gonna spend $1,000 on books that I want, not what they want. You know
No. Well, I had different ideas in the sense that I wanted to see if you could somehow, because there are ways, if we didn't give specific books like we did here, you could use one book and meet multiple categories, like I did with that Fantasy Masterpieces 4.
Yeah.
I could have gotten reprint and Hero Face Off out of one book. And if we try to do it by spending the least amount of money, I could find that book for a couple of bucks. I cleared off 2 out of 10 category. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
That's what I was thinking. If we can make it of a game that way, and I get it, some people might cheat and just try to, get by, but it still could be fun. That's all.
Yeah.
The whole point is, our hobby should be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun.
They're comic books, people.
Right.
We're looking at superheroes and people dressed up in silly costumes doing silly stuff.
I'm gonna send Dub for the Storm Bukkake book, though. I'm not buying that book.
You can find that easy, though. That'll be an easy check mark off your list. You can.
Yeah.
You can. You can find that for $1.
I might not be able to even hunt for these books. Maybe on Sunday, depending on what happens. But I'll do my best.
Well, you can. Well, again, you guys are working together.
Yeah.
You're not facing each other.
Yeah, one of us has a lot more time to mingle with the dealers than the other. So
that's what I'm curious about, because I've been to Baltimore where
I do the same shit at every con.
Yeah, every con.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I do the same shit at every con.
Well, that's what I'm assuming. And you just
that's what I do. I fuck off at every con. I really do.
Yeah, at this show it's a little more difficult for me to get away.
Yeah, I pretty much just piss off and do whatever I'm gonna do. I sell some books, I buy some shit, I go coach a soccer game, I walk around.
Oh yeah, if you're talking about for the review stuff, we'll have new books up there for next week, John.
We will. We'll always do that.
What about SNS votes? Was there new SNS?
I put the SNS. The SNF.
What was their vote? What was their things? Do you remember what their?
They got.
Thanks.
They had American Gladiators versus some other show. I don't know what.
Yeah, American Gladiators wins that one hand down.
Yeah, that one was. There was a Cinderella versus Snow White.
Right.
And then they had the Star Wars Legacy versus the Dawn of the Rebellion. It's that Dark Horse, like
the original Dark Horse Star Wars.
the original,
first
or
game,
second, whatever. The
with
first 6 issues.
Mundi, they made a foil like
You got the Calmundi,
yeah, that one comes in Dramatic Force, and the Dramatic Force has got like
Q-tip guy?
foil or rainbow shit to it. So
the Conehead guy.
yeah, the guy, yeah. They should have shown that one where he's probably the one that shot all over Storm.
Could be. Somebody did. Actually, I think it had to be multiple.
It probably got to be Rogue. Not Rogue, Forge.
Rogue.
Forge, you know.
Yeah, what was with that? That was an interesting
the Rogue bit or the Forge?
No. The Forge Bishop at the end of X-Men 97, like that exchange.
Was there a lot of tension there?
Oh no, because that's a storyline they're gonna do. There's gonna be one part.
Hey, what are you doing here? Hey man, take it easy.
We actually might get something else that's really. There might be a lot of future stuff going on, which is gonna be kind of cool. Somebody's sister's probably gonna show up.
Shard.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, Pete.
What are we try to be cryptic for?
Because people got mad. We lost like 15 people when I said I was gonna spoil X-Men 97.
Yeah.
So like, what do you?
That's why you don't tell them.
No.
Because it's not a spoiler if we're guessing. It's the one thing when we were talking about the actual episode that aired today.
Oh, about what happened with that guy?
Us guessing what's going to happen in the second season.
All right, hit After Hours. What's his name? Wants the story. What is Damon's name before it was Damon? It was something else. Used to get his real name? I forgot what his real name.
I don't know.
Go ahead, do After Hours. I'll tell the story. Then I gotta go.
I got it, Pete.
You got it. Yeah,
so there's this notorious guy. There's this notorious guy that would come. He really wasn't into comics, but then he thought there was money in comics, so he started coming in and he tried to do all this just shady stuff. Like he'd say like, "Hey, meet me here and here. I got cash for a book," and then he'd show up and he'd try to trade you fucked up books and like wouldn't have the cash and whatever. And he'd like always harass people and try to bully them down or whatever. And,
these are IOUs, sir. That's as good as cash.
Yeah, right. That type of bullshit. And so I eventually called him by his first name and then the trader. And that's kind of something that stick. Now there's a guy that we have locally and his name is Brad. And Brad is the nicest man in the world, right? Dub doesn't think so. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry.
Well, everybody thinks Brad's the nicest man in the world.
Brad is the nicest man in the world.
Okay, yes. So this trader one time, and something you don't do is we call it popping the tops. You never pop the tops, especially if you don't know the dealer. So while Brad was loading in, the trader popped Brad's tops. And I've only seen Brad mad to Brad. That's right, Brad J. Thank you, Brad J.
And that's
Brad
exactly what I was
doing. So for those who don't know, pop the tops is when you're setting up, you got your boxes laid out and you're not ready to open yet. So your lids are still on your long boxes.
Yeah.
Or your comic box. Your lids are still on your comic box. You're not ready.
All day. We come from France.
So anyway, Go ahead, Marco.
So Brad's still loading in, and all of a sudden he gets back to his booth, and he hasn't gone because sometimes you haven't gone through your boxes yet, and the trader's there, and he's pulling out like 10, 12 books, and he's going, "Hey, I'll take these," and he popped the top, and Brad's like, "Okay, cool. Well, they're $20 a piece." He's like, "No, these are in the dollar bin," and he goes, "I didn't say you could look through my boxes," and he goes, "No," and he starts arguing with him, and he goes, "You're not going to honor your prices? You're your scumbag." And Brad goes, "Hey, you want me to get you kicked out of the con? Because listen here, little asshole. You don't pop somebody else's. You don't start digging through books. I didn't say you could buy them. He's like, I could buy whatever I want. I wasn't at that show, but you know that shit got back to me real quick. So the next show I show up to, this guy's walking around and he's trying to do stuff. And we had some decent books. We were selling. I can't remember what we were doing. It might have been we were early to the X-Men game and we had just got bought in a collection. I was selling some stuff, some extra lower grade copies or whatever. Whatever it is, we were doing okay. And he comes by, and it's at the end of the show too, which he would do that end of the show bullshit because he thought that was a fucking thing. And he goes, "Let me see X-Men 134, whatever it was." I'm just throwing that out there. And I was like, And I was talking. I was in the middle of talking to OG Chris, and I was like, he's like, let me see X-Men
Which one is 134?
No, I'm not 134. It was some book. I'm just saying
Okay, I don't know.
X-Men
Okay,
111, X-Men
White Queen on the cover, right?
6'9", whatever he was trying to look at. So I keep talking to Chris, and I'm like,
that's really what I do.
Like he didn't say anything. So then he says it again, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. And then I just keep like it says. I turn, look at him, I go, yeah, I'm good. I go back to talk to Chris, and he then starts digging through my dollar books. He's like, are these $1? I go, yeah, no, they're not. And I go back and talk to Chris. And he goes, are you serious, man? And I'm still talking. He goes, hey, man, I said I want to look at that book. I said, I don't care what you said. I said, none of these books are for sale. He goes, they're not for sale? I go, not to you, they aren't. They're not for sale. And he's like, what do you mean you're not going to sell the books to me? I said, they're not for sale to you, dude. You can't buy anything in this booth. You here are just wasting time. And right now you're wasting my time. So I'm going to go back to this conversation.
You going American History X on him? You see this? Not welcome.
So I go back and I start talking to him again. He's like, well, that's because you're priced over. You paid too much and can't afford to. You're never going to be. And are you still here? Have a nice day. And I turn back and keep talking to him. So he's now dumbfounded. He doesn't know what to do. He's standing there and he's just watching us talk. And Brad sets up like, well, you know, we're used to at night. So it was like, I used to have those two tables up front and then Brad was one table over. Sits on that corner. So this fucker, Trader, and you know Trader, like he weighs about as much as my left foot. He walks down to the end of the table. He's like, fuck you, motherfucker. And I was like, excuse me? And that's when I stopped talking to Chris and started walking down there. Brad goes, hey, don't go no place, buddy. Don't you go no place. I go, hey, you got something to say? You got something? And then he was gone. And he didn't show back up for that show for like, well, till we left. That. We didn't start doing that show. We didn't start doing that show anymore. And then they started the band because he started sneaking in at the back after we left that show. And then you guys, I mean, you deal with that show now. And then they started charging.
I haven't been there in months.
I haven't been there forever, but like, yeah. So that's what happened with that. It was just, you know, like a lot of times.
Are you talking about little short guy?
The Trader. Yeah, the Trader. Starts with the T. Nickname.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly who it is. Because he's the guy who made the early admission.
That's the band for that. Yeah. So after we left that show, not because I mean
he was setting up at a booth next to where I was.
He did that after we left.
Him and two other buddies were setting up there, so three of them would share a table.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was long. I mean that was after we left.
That was way after you. Yeah, that was before I got there. I would hear about this guy all the time.
Yeah, because Bill was like, what was that all about? I was like, kid was MFing me. You're not gonna MF me, like. I mean, you can. Like,
Bill,
I don't
is
really
that the
care.
dude from Baltimore? You're Greek.
No. Bill, this is the guys that run Dayton. They run another con out here. No, not Bill the Greek. No, not my cousin.
Well, that's all I was just checking.
No. I'll also be the Greek this week. Yeah, so that guy was like, and to be honest with you, I don't really like Sean will F around with that guy. I wouldn't mess with him. I just kept blocking him on everything. I was like, Sean block. He's like, no, I like to waste his time because he wastes ours. I didn't have a problem with that. I did have a problem with him stealing those books from that old man. Like, because I just think you're a shitbag if that's like your gimmick. Like, why would you steal from old people? You got to be a pretty big shitbag to steal from old people. Right. So I didn't like him for that. But then the Brad thing.
We don't have to be old.
Yeah.
Don't steal from anybody.
Right.
Yeah, I get that, but like you gotta be a personal like you steal from people, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, not whatever, but not right. But if you purposely target old people to steal from, like you really there's a special place of shitbaggery that you're involved in. So
he tried to pull that stuff at a different show as well, the sneaking in.
Yeah,
because he came in back with the dealers load in at another.
He tried to do it at the show we're going to too. They caught him.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm talking about a little local show that
I know. Yeah.
So I saw some sneaking in happen, and then he got kicked out of that show real quick. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's part of it too. Like the guys don't really want to get involved with stuff, but then like, well, you know me, I don't give.
Yeah.
My lawyers are already paid.
It's not BK.
No, it's not BK. It's not BK. No. No, this guy's way worse than that.
No.
This guy's
Marco and BK just like going at each other.
Yeah, I'd like BK. No, this guy was pretty bad. This guy, dude. So think about this shit bag move, right? What's funny is like the old channel I was at, some guy did something similar to this and thought it was a cool move. I'm like, wow, that's really shitbaggery. But like he would go to an auction, and then what he did was he would take like in auction, comic book auctions, there's a time period for those people that don't know. They'll either have long boxes or short boxes. This certain auction house would always have long boxes. They would be sometimes 75% full. Like, I mean, there's never like 320 in it. Maybe
I hate long boxes, by the way.
Yeah, agreed.
They're too
Everybody
heavy.
does. Nobody fucking likes them.
God damn, they're too heavy.
Yeah. But here we go. So like he was going in there, and what he was doing was he would dig through, and then if he saw the key, he would act like he's looking at it, and then he'd act like he's putting it back. But what he'd do is flip it over to the backside, and then put it at the end of the run. Because what would happen a lot of times, like to fill in, is they would put extra bags and boards in the back. So what he would do is flip them around to put them in the back. And like there's a notorious guy who's on, I think he's still on the YouTubes, who would go into one of our friends' stores and he would take books out like that, and then he'd hide them, and then he'd try to push them onto certain people's top 10 lists. And if they hit the top 10 list and started to go up, he'd go back to the store and like kind of same thing. Like he'd hide them among the books that weren't books, and then he'd buy them and not buy them, which is kind of shitty to do because like everybody should get a shot. Not to mention, like, what if somebody was just going to buy the book for that price I was asking, and then you don't want it anymore? And now you've hidden the book that the store owner can make money off.
Yeah, well.
But the trader guy did that. And then what he did, well, you know, B. Smith caught him doing it. So you know what B. Smith did? When he just started watching them, they started bidding him up on all the boxes. Because he's like, B. Smith remembers every single book. So he's like, no reason to do it unless he did in there. He knew what every run was, so he knew what book was missing. So he just go like, "Oh, I know how much that book's worth," and then up them up. So what the guy then did was, one time he's in that store, and this is a major no-no. I mean, I know it's always tempting. I'm not going to tell you it's not, but a major fucking no-no. He's in the store. A person comes in. I was here for this. A person comes in, and they're like, "Hey, I have a collection. I have this," and they handed the list. It has this book, this book, this book in it, blah, 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 blah. And the guy's like, "Well, can I look at them?" And he's like, "Oh, no, I just want to kind of know what the price is." And they negotiate the price. And he goes, "All right, cool. I'm going to go out and get the short box out of my car." He
followed the guy.
This guy's always like, he's always one of those fuckers that you're like, dude, he's looking to do something, right?
Linger.
So it didn't seem like anything. Like, yeah, just like whatever. The person, she left. He walks outside. Neither one come back in. They check the camera. He went and offered her more and then bought the books in the parking lot. Yeah. That is a big, big no-no. You don't do that. Like, you don't ever do that.
Like, that's terrible at a show, but doing that to a shop is...
Yeah, I mean, like, that's like...
The guy pays rent. The guy has a shop for a reason. Like,
it's not just that. It's you're on his property.
Yeah, you're...
Yeah, it's like the guy that, like, when you're at a show and you're trying to, like, buy a book, and the guy behind you, there's a notorious guy in our area that does this too. Let's say that somebody comes up to sell you a collection, you're starting to buy a collection. He'll stand behind and be like, "Well, I'll give you this much more for that book. I'll give you this much more." And it's like, dude.
And that's why I don't have a Werewolf by Night 32.
Yeah.
It's because a dude was making a deal, and I was waiting for, like, I'm not going to step on his dick and say, "I'll give you that price for it."
Yeah, which you shouldn't. You should never do that.
No,
and let them finish. Like, if he passes, I'm there. But if he doesn't pass, well, he beat me to it.
Yeah,
and he made a deal, and he got it.
But I mean, that's like that. I'm not even talking about that. Like let's say somebody's selling you a collection.
What you're saying is the other guy. It would be the guy. "I'll give you $5 more."
Yeah, so like he did that. So he got banned he got a 1-year ban from that place. Which is like, Jesus Christ.
You're banned.
How do you get banned? How do you get banned from an auction house? I mean, fucking A, bro. Like, what type of shit bag do you live in that you get rid of it? So yeah, I mean, like, all that stuff was building up, and then when he did the thing to Brad, I was just like, I got little time for this fucker.
Right.
Like,
that's not okay.
Yeah, and hey, man, like him yelling at me that like, "Oh, you're never gonna sell any books. You're gonna be a failure." I'm like, bitch, I already been here for 15 years. Like, you just came in the door a year ago. Like, what the fuck are you going to tell me?
Right.
What do you know? Like, you're just... But so here's the end of the story, which is fucking hilarious. Last year, B. Smith we're bullshitting. I think we're going. I don't know what we were doing. We were probably traveling to a con or something together. He's like, hey, man. He's like, look, I promised somebody something. I already know the answer on this fucking thing. But you know how he is. Like, he doesn't smile or anything. He's just monotone. He's like, I'll do it anyway. So I'm going to do it now. I don't want to hear anything about it. I'm just going to ask you, and it's yes or no. I was like, yeah, what's that? He's like,
BK, it was $30 at a flea market. Dude was haggling it down.
Yeah. At that point,
Pete,
at that point, I think you're saying, at that point, if it goes into the multiple haggle stage, you can just go, hey man, I'll pay that regular price if he's not going to.
No, because the dude was trying to work out a deal. He's grabbing dollar books with this book, and he's like, I'll give you this for the whole. It didn't matter. Point being, at the time, it wasn't a big deal. This is before a TV show and all that stuff. But I still wanted one because
it was cheap. If there was, one day I'll tell you guys about what happened with that book. Because there's pictures, evidence of what happened with that book and with House of Secrets from those ones.
Yeah, it was. This wasn't. It was not an expensive book.
No. We can talk about that some other day.
This wasn't like a 9.8. This was just a mid-grade copy.
Were you around when that leaked? When the guy accidentally leaked the picture in the conversation on Facebook about the House of Secrets and the Werewolf by Night, where they had a bunch and they were trying to fix the market on those two, and they were still really cheap at that time.
No,
we'll talk about that some other time. So here's the funny part. Smith's like, yo, he's like, Trader texted me and was like, hey dude, could you talk to your boy and see? He said, Trader texted me and said, it's been a year. Trader texted me. I'm trying not to say the guy's name. So Trader texted me and said, hey, could you talk to your boy and ask him if he will be willing to give me a second chance, because I really think I screwed up and I really like to prove to him that I can, be better in that way. Man. Yeah,
I'm better.
And I was like, the fuck? You can tell him. He goes, yep, that's what I figured as much. He's like, all right. I told him I'd ask, but I was like, dude.
You want to give the ex-girlfriend a chance?
Fuck, dude. He's like, nobody's nice to me anymore. I can't even fucking.
Never takes me anywhere.
But that's, once again, like, people blame me for being banned from cons. People blame me for this. I didn't do any of that shit. Y'all did it to yourselves. Like, y'all just did it to yourselves. I didn't do shit. Y'all just do the shit to yourselves. And then you think it's the internet. You can just say and do whatever the fuck you want. And then, like, you try to show someplace up in real life, shit ain't going to happen. Like, I don't know what to tell you about that. But so, yeah. I mean, like, at that point,
don't be shitty. How about that? Just don't be shitty.
It wasn't going to prove to us, by the way, or like grind it out. He just wanted us to clean. No, that's what he said. Clean slate. Clean slate. Give me a second chance. I was like, you tell him that. I'm not going to say what I said because whatever. But no, that wasn't going to happen. But I found that was kind of funny. I was like, yeah, dude.
Trying to think if I could tell. So one of the first times I set up at the Great Lakes show, the one in the church.
Yeah, GLC.
Yeah, GLC. So one time I set up there, right next to me was like a brand new dealer for our area, I guess. Like, I didn't know this, but this guy was he must have come from Grand Rapids or Kalamazoo. He was on the west side of the state. So
I know what you're talking about.
Right. He was next to me, and Trader was over there looking at his books. Or I'm still setting up. Trader's over there looking at his books, and there's a book on the wall. It's an FF book, and this is years ago, right? So I'm pretty sure it was a FF52.
He was,
and he's looking at this book, and everybody's looking at this book, right? But nobody can get to it because obviously it's
52. This man, this monster,
Panther, Black
Panther. The Panther one.
Oh, the Panther, yeah, Panther.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. 51 is the thing. This man, this monster. 50 is
right.
Okay.
Right. So he's like, everybody's looking at this and like waiting for the dealer to come up. Somebody else walks up. I don't know his name. Tall dude, is bald, and glasses. I think he had glasses on. And he comes up. He like reached over because he was taller than everybody. He grabbed the book, went over, and the trader's like, I was looking at that. I was looking at that book. I wanted to buy it. And
I did too, Damien.
Then I looked over. And like, just to see what was going on, and then he starts arguing with the guy. He starts arguing with the guy, and big tall dude like went to the dealer. How much you want for this book? Whatever it was. He bought the book and walked away, and then Trader started chasing after him. yelled at him about how much he wanted to buy that book and didn't let him.
Oh,
I at the time I thought it was hilarious. And
do you know who the tall dude was?
I know his face, but I don't know his name.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering if you knew because we talked about it later.
Yeah. Tall, bald.
I think I know
dude.
who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen him in other shows. So
yeah. Yeah, but so that's what you do all the time too. Like whenever you buy a book or whatever, he'd be like, "No, did you sell that to him? I want to buy it. Why? No."
Right.
And then you try to negotiate after you negotiate a price too. Like all that type of shit, dude. Don't play.
Yeah.
Like
it's like I already sold the book to this guy. I said I'm selling it to him. So see you later.
I'll give you $2 more.
No, he would do that shit, man. No, you won't.
No, you won't.
Dude, I've never had to tell him more times. Nope. No. And then he think the dumbest shit with this guy. He would think that you wouldn't remember who he is. So he would come back like a month later and try to pull some shit. And you'd be like, bro, I just told you like this ain't.
Did he come in disguise? With like
No.
a fake mustache?
No, he just thought like you would, he thought he blend, like he also didn't fucking blend in. Like, because he would come in like, I don't want to say, yeah.
Yeah.
But like you would know who he would dress like he was trying to go to a shoe convention and he had no money. He would dress like he was cosplaying a shoe convention buyer. Right? Is that fair, Dub?
Yeah.
A shoe convention buyer?
Yeah.
Shoe convention, yes.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a hoodie with a pattern and a ball cap.
Yeah, like sneakers, but like not like dunks, like junks, and like not
Adidas. He's wearing Adidas.
Yeah. and not like a tech, not like a Nike
I get
tech suit.
Stripe, but they cost $10 less.
Yeah, not like a not like a Nike tech suit,
not Swiss, not 5 stripe. We get 4 stripe.
But like some like knockoff like velour fucking wannabe jumpsuit. Like his shit was just always fucking whack as fuck. And using whack as fuck, it doesn't make me sound that great, but whatever. But dude, like, yeah, he'd come in there and like, hey, like it's once again, I think like he forgot that like, or never learned that the comic book community, believe it or not, especially as far as dealers go, is a very tight-knit group. Yeah, it's a very tight-knit group. And even if you even if you don't like one of the people in the group, we don't like you more than we don't like him.
I'm looking out for you before I'm letting this guy in.
Just so you know.
Play by the rules, you're still you're there. I mean,
so since he was never in, since he thought he was in, but he never was in, so like he would think like, oh well, they don't really know who I am. It's like, oh no, like everybody knows who the fuck you are. Like just because a month went by doesn't mean we forgot what you did at the. That's what I'm saying. Like when we give you the top 5 don't list. Don't do it because you're gonna think like, oh, well, I'll see them in 6 months or whatever, and they're gonna forget. We don't forget, bro.
No,
like we don't forget that. So like, don't do it because we're not going. Like when the next time you're like, God, that guy was a dick. He's kind of cold to me. Did you ever do anything wrong to him? Because you probably did. And sometimes, unfortunately, if you look like somebody who did something wrong,
you might get caught up.
You might get caught up in the fucking gimmick, right?
Yeah.
No, but that guy, he's fucking. He steers clear from me. And I'm like, listen, man. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna fucking just pound some little kid. Pause. No Diddy. Stop that right there. It's look, it's not like I'm just gonna start fighting people for no reason, right? Like I'm not gonna do that. Like I don't care. But also if you like I can get very loud, believe it or not. So like
really?
What?
Yeah, so if you're around me and yeah, man, air's free. So I will be using all the free air to say shit that you're probably not going to like. All the free air. I'll call you what everybody else calls you. I'll call you by your name and the trader.
Yeah, John, we just call Laura Brooklyn. We just call him BK.
Yeah.
His handle's too long.
His name is
Brooklyn. His handle's too long.
It's
too long.
Way too long.
BK.
Lord of Brooklyn. Yeah, BK. Yeah. Yeah, so like that guy, the trader is like,
but we still love BK.
Yeah, we love BK. He's not BK. The trader's on the same level. The trader's on the same level as the New York guy. See, like even the pants guy, I think he's
Pajama pants.
Yeah, I think Pajama Pants is like Jerry Springer fucking whatever. And I don't do business
Jerry
with
Springer.
him. I don't do business with him, but like, and I
I've been
don't.
doing
But,
Not
but-
Jerry Springer, but somebody who would be on Jerry.
yeah, beyond Jerry Springer. But
a
like,
Jerry Springer guest.
I've been
I don't
doing
do
Jerry
business
Springer
with them.
filming. It's entertaining.
Yeah. Well, it was what I do too. Yeah,
When I was in Chicago, I went to.
That's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So I would because I know not to do business with them. I've never done business with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do business with them, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't put yourself in that situation. You never have anything to worry about with them. So like, I don't do business with him, so he doesn't bug me that much. You know what I mean? Bugs me a little bit, but doesn't bug me that much. Where like, I don't do business with the trader, but the trader's always trying. Like, I think the one dude's like, whatever. But between Carbo, who tried to run me over with a Penske truck, and the trader, like, I've had personal interaction. Even like the greasy pizza guy, like that used to own a shop that's got a high pitched voice.
When your boy with the Zubon pants is like, "Did you make a reservation?" No, you ain't getting a table.
Yeah. The dude with the Zuma pants. Yeah. Hey, enjoy not getting a table, bro. He's like,
Yeah,
what?
enjoy watching
enjoy
me
not
eat.
getting a fucking table. Hey, there's some rats out in the street. Go out there and go eat, buddy. Like, I'm giving them all the smoke, dude. I'm like, yo, dude, you ain't eating
What do you think
here.
he's gonna roll into Morton's? Just
Yeah.
oh.
You ain't eating. Hey, no
Convention going
reservation.
on.
You ain't eating here. Hey, go outside. I think I said, hey, I think the Cheesecake Factory's got a 15-minute wait down the road, bro. I think that's what I said so.
But I have an ascot.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Dude,
guy,
fucking-
with my Zubas.
Frank Miller's looking at me going, this motherfucker, dude, does he ever shut up? Like, Frank Miller's literally going, dude, do you ever shut up? I was like, no, Frank, I don't. Thank you
No.
very much. Like, I
No,
do
that
not.
does not
So-
happen.
So that's funny. But yeah, no, like, I mean, between those two, like the guy with the high pitched voice, I don't like him personally. I try to avoid doing business with him because
You're a high talker.
Hey, guys,
yeah,
how
hi
you doing?
guys, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like doing business with him, so I just don't do business with him. But like,
I don't know
Oh,
who that is.
I was personally affected by that guy. So
yeah,
I don't,
I mean,
uh,
I was too, but like, I just chalked that one up as an L and just stayed left of it. You know what I mean? Where the other two were Carbo and Trader, like dude, I've told you, don't come by me. We're not doing anything, right? Like High Pitch knows, like,
No, it was not very Gary.
who's very Gary?
very Gary alone.
No, it was this guy
Very
named,
Gary is like he could be this guy 30 years ago.
okay, so there's a guy named Carbo who used to have a radio show on comics in New York and used to be part of Big AppleCon. Look him up, put prototype stolen, put in Carbo, Big AppleCon or New York Comic Con. See what comes up. Do your research. That guy, I've told many stories before, but I was in-
with very Gary.
who's very Gary?
He's
It's not this guy, unless this guy.
It's not who you're talking about.
Dude, by the way, I think Carbo is like fucking. By the way, I think he's like 70.
That's what I'm
And when
saying.
he-
Like
And when he
is
ran me
very
over,
Gary in
I think
30
he was
years.
like probably like 65, 64 when he tried to run me over. And in Buffalo, he had to be like 62 when I told him, get out of my face or I'm going to knock you the fuck out. And he went to the security guard and the security guard said, get out of his face. He's going to knock you out. You heard what he said. I get the fuck out of his face. Like, he had to be in his mid 60s at that point. Like, what type of person does that? Like, wild, bro. But anyways, so those are the only two people, because we got the crackheads. They don't bother me.
Right.
And those guys, I actually stayed the fuck out of their way. Like, I see that shit coming. I just go,
I got no problems with him. We got a mutual friend.
not today. I watch Gary off and on. He's cool. Tell
Yeah,
him.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I don't have
watch
it.
him.
I don't know who he
I
is.
got a
I don't
mutual
care.
friend with him.
Yeah,
so.
that's not the guy I'm talking about. I'm literally talking about a guy named Carbo, Mike Carbo. So the guy's named Very Gary.
There's no code names now.
There's not
no-
code names. I'm
yeah.
literally telling you the guy's name's Mike Carbo. Yeah, like no code names of that. But yeah, I mean, like that, the crackheads I stay away from. Yeah,
So
I mean that's it.
We're gonna do a segment down the road, like, I know we talk about stories from a con, but there's like some crazy, like, I will tell you, I actually worked for Carbo once.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
So you know what I'm dealing with. So you know what I'm dealing with.
I know.
You know what I'm dealing with.
I went out to New York. Did
he ask you to steal something for him?
No. Oh, yeah.
You know that story, huh?
I don't know that story, but
the one where his assistant got caught with prototype toys in his booth.
Yes.
And that's why he got banned from New York. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He didn't steal them. But the one guy's in jail got committed in. So his assistant got sentenced to jail for stealing prototypes, and he hid it in Carbo's area without
His
Carbo's knowledge.
His area.
Some people say there was a debate over the possession, and the assistant took full responsibility for the possession and where they were, even though the area in which they were located was not the assistant's area.
Did he say, you don't work for me?
Yeah, no. He said the exact opposite. He said, I worked for him and then thought he was going to get off, and that's not what happened. He went to jail. So, no. Oh, man, dude. I didn't know that, Dub. I'm sorry for you. So how old is he? Is he in his 70s?
Oh, I have no idea. I worked for him because
this is why he still dyed his hair black, right?
Yeah. And, I mean, this was early on when he did his first
he hasn't got
big show.
No. He's just a
Big Apple.
There was a small
Big Apple in
the basement of the church.
Yeah.
That he did every couple months or whatever. Then there was one at the Metropolitan Pavilion, which was a little more. It was the very first one of those. I went out there and helped him because
helped him out. Holy shit! Did he pay you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He did, and then the whole hotel situation where I stayed was interesting. Yeah, super sketch.
Did you recognize the background there, John?
Norm will be at the show this weekend, by the way.
Well, no, this is my Cheers background.
Nice.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I do for after hours.
Okay,
I give it
cool.
Cheers background.
Oh, we didn't even
talk about that. Yeah, we didn't do that.
Yeah, we didn't go through the list or anything.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know about when we get back.
We'll give you a recap.
All right, it's almost 1 o'clock.
No, we gotta go. We're gonna be short.
I gotta get some sleep. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, you guys gotta rest up.
Wow, dude, you really worked for the shit bag, huh?
Yeah, one time.
That's like the.
I got some. I tell you, I got some good stories out of that. I actually, I got to go. Like one of my jobs was taking care of some of the guests. So I got to go get a sandwich from a deli for Carmine Infantino, liverwurst and tomato. Like honestly, like literally, I remember this order that he gave. Like it was awesome. Like that was some of the cool stuff that I got to do. So there was definitely some cool stuff. That's where I first met Kevin Eastman. I got a sketch, from him. Like he sketched a turtle on my book. So I mean, things like that. It was a lot of good stuff that happened.
But that was stuff you did. Like that's not stuff that he did.
However, like really quick, I lost all of my luggage because I parked on the street before I went to the show, and my car got broken into. I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I went. First time I was in New York, like by myself, and lost my Doc Martens, lost my jerseys, I had no clothes. I had to like borrow money to buy from Uncle Phil. Thank you, Uncle Phil. Not the Uncle Phil you're thinking of, but not the one from Fresh Prince.
I was gonna say from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Uncle Phil took care of me over in New York. He gave me some money. I went bought some clothes, so I had some clothes.
There's a lot of good people out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Anyway,
actually, I'll be honest with Mike. With Mike, I wouldn't have had that big of a problem with Mike, even after the Buffalo thing, if it wasn't for the trying to run. He tried to steal from an old man and then tried to run me over with Penske's truck. Like when he tried to run me over with the Penske truck, that's what I was like, all right, dude. Like, but now he doesn't even do the black hair dye. Look that guy up though; he's pretty funny. I don't think he's on YouTube, but you can find him on the internet. He's a male supposedly. So like, if you think you're seeing like a 60-year-old or 70-year-old, 80-year-old lady, that's not. It's him with an ascot. That's him. Wouldn't you say that he's very
he does
frail?
Give off Marge's sister's kind of.
Yeah, he's very
Marge's sister crossed with like Joker's uncle.
Crossed with like 1950s black and white horror Channel 3 10 o'clock show. You know what I mean? Like the monsters.
Right.
Yeah.
Classic horror.
If this paints a picture, not that he does, but he looks like he would smell like an ashtray. He doesn't smell like an ashtray, as far as I'm aware. But you look at him, I
smells like desperation. That's what it smells like. Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't my first time. It was my first time by myself. Like I wasn't there. Yeah. I drove my own car there.
Yeah, like a car ashtray, like on the side. If you're an old Malibu, where they got the ashtrays on the side of the door.
Well, times can't be good
like
for him
he
either.
smells like one of those.
Because like he used to use like shoe polish black hair dye for the longest time. Right?
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen him lately because I ran into him.
You sure it just wasn't toner from the printer?
It might have been. Could have been. Yeah. I ran into him the last year, and apparently the black hair dye money ain't there no more. So, all right,
okay, gotta go.
Yeah,
need some sleep.
Rest.
Show this weekend.
Too late already.
Try to take pictures.
Thanks for everybody for staying for so long.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you
try to get some books if you feel like it. If not, man.
Yeah, if you want to take part in the scavenger hunt, tag me. If somebody completes it, maybe I'll send you something.
You know, that's kind of good.
If you complete it, maybe I'll send you all something. I don't know. We'll see.
He Dub does not dye his beard. Do you, Dub?
You know what? I should. I've been thinking about it.
I do sometimes.
He does smell like cloth seats in a Chrysler from the
John
late
Voight's car?
80s, early 90s.
Was there a pencil with teeth marks in it?
Could you check these teeth marks against this pencil?
All right. Let's see you later.
All right.
We'll
see
you later.
Later.
Peace.